Look at this. Oh my God, we're back. How long has it been, Squeedo? How long has it been? Like 3 weeks?
84 years.
Give or take. If you're new to the channel, I want to invite you all to the Big Squee podcast. Also, we're going to invite ourselves to you. Go ahead and spread your legs, Squeedo.
What?
The people want it. The people,
all right.
The people, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys. My bad. Anyway, we had to trick them. So, WrestleMania 41 just happened, and then Raw After Mania happened after that, and I don't know what the fuck to start with. We got a lot to talk about.
Lot. Yeah.
Wrestling is a little special this evening. Nothing but excitement, I tell you what. That Raw After Mania was peak. I would just like to go in chronological order here. WrestleMania 41. Let's just go little brief overviews of each match. Maybe we might talk about some feuds. We might talk about where the product is heading. Mm-hmm. But before we start the WrestleMania talk, I just wanted to bring up NXT Stand and Deliver. This was the first ever NXT event that I saw in general, and the first event that I saw live. And dude, it did not disappoint. NXT Stand and Deliver was crisp from front to back. I mean, some standout matches for me was the Hank and Tank tag team match. Nothing but respect for those guys. They deserved that win. And you can tell it was just nothing but peak throughout the entirety of that match. I mean, hell, at the end, when he was going for the handshake and the guy with the luchador mask smacked that shit out of his hand, I'm like, oh no, they turned heel. And then they gave him a hug. It's like, all right, that was real. We appreciated that. Really good match for Stand and Deliver. Then it goes on to the women's ladder match, which was pretty decent. It wasn't my favorite match on the card, but I really did enjoy it. And those women went, they tweaked. You know what I mean? They wilded out a little bit. We really enjoyed that. What's the word? The next
good winner too. She's been really over for a while. So Sol Ruca.
Yeah. I remember her winning. What's the word? It felt right in the moment. I don't know who half these people are, so it looked like it was right.
Yeah.
You know? Then the next match that I remember was the Stephanie Vaquer Fatal 4-Way match, which was just peak all the way through. These women killed it. It was a wonderful Fatal 4-Way match. Stephanie Vaquer is a wonderful wrestler, and as you saw with that Iyo Sky match that happened on Raw, she can hang with the best of them. I can't wait for her. Her career to transcend past where she is right now. She is doing great. And the last, but certainly not least match on the card was Oba Femi and that triple threat match with Trick Williams and who else?
Javon Evans. Nothing but peak that match. Trick Williams and Javon Evans have nothing but chemistry. I'm telling you, those guys are going to have peak rivalries in the future as long as they stay consistent. As long as Mr. Evans stays consistent, they're going to have some crazy rivalries in the future. Oba Femi, I've only seen his entrance once and I forgot about it. So watching this entrance again was like the first time. And it is completely different to every single thing else in the WWE. It is shot wonderfully. The lighting, his aura, his persona, how big he is. Like every single thing about him, he takes advantage of in this entrance. And it really sets the stage to make Oba Femi look like a world-ending threat, you know? So I have nothing but hope for Oba Femi's future career whenever he does go up to that main roster. I like to think that he'll be main eventing WrestleMania in the future. Because that guy, if anybody has potential, it's Oba Femi. And not only on that entrance and how he is on the mic and his character, but he has great in-ring work. He's a big guy that can work, and he's fast, too. That's something. He's fucking massive, but he's not like not big show size. He's real lean. He's got big muscles. He looks like a fucking world ender, and he wrestles like one. Gotta love me an Oba Femi. Trick Williams did good. That man is agile as hell. Evans, once again, agile as hell. I just hope that he evolves. Yeah, exactly. I just hope he evolves past his 1, 2, 3 kid phase. He'll find a way. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But overall, Stand and Deliver, primo. Loved every minute of it, and I hope that they can continue with this momentum. Oh, forgot to mention the little mafioso tag team match.
Sir. Tony D'Angelo, the family.
Yeah, man. Squeedo was talking about this in the past. How the hell have we not thought about like having an actual mafia family be in the WWE? And you know what I mean? It works. You know, it works very well. What's the word? I love the intensity of their rivals. I don't know what their names were, but they were all wearing masks. And dude, like the physicality on them is absolutely ridiculous. Just ridiculously fast, ridiculously strong. Like these candidates are so much more like have so much more potential than a Nexus did. I'm being honest. Like it's ridiculous how much potential they have already in ring wise, and they play tough guys. Like they're like sick feral dogs, all four of them, and I love that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll see if they become more individualistic as time goes on. I'm sure that at least a couple of them will make it out okay. But just a lot of potential going on in that NXT era, man. Like you think you're going to NXT to see a bunch of amateurs work, you know, but when you go there, it's like, wow, these guys are like the next generation. You can tell, you know, for sure. It's just wonderful. Stand and Deliver was peak, and I'm so happy that I accidentally caught it on Peacock before WrestleMania. That's it. Because I had no idea it was even going on. I'm like, oh shit, there's an NXT show? I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. You know? I mean, they had to fit it into the weekend somewhere. Because Stand and Deliver's NXT's WrestleMania.
Yeah, dude. So and I'm telling you, man, it lived up to expectations. Wonderful. Any thoughts on Stand and Deliver?
Not really. I didn't watch most of it. I saw the triple threat, and I've seen clips of every other match. That's about it.
That, and I stole like half of his talking points. Sorry.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 41. There were some crazy good matches in this. There were some really badass moments, real cool moments, unexpected moments, some guest appearances. Like, it was just, to be honest, there's going to be a lot of criticism surrounding WrestleMania 41, and I hear you. But let's just say as it is right now, face value, WrestleMania 41 was pretty decent. I liked it. It wasn't WrestleMania 40, but then again, it can never be. You know what I mean? You can't have those expectations. 40 is lightning in a bottle, will never happen again, and that's fine. It doesn't have to. You know what I mean? It's just the way it was.
Yeah, not every WrestleMania has to outdo the last one.
Can't.
It's another show.
It's not a sequel to a movie. You know what I mean? It's a sports event, you know? It's just how it is. But the way, even though that they have such high expectations and they can never beat it, they still did really good with the card on these 2 nights. My gosh, just jam-packed, you know what I mean? And there are some matches, for example, that I don't think really belonged here. Like you look at what's the word, like El Grande Americano matches, like why is that here, you know, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I see why they put it in. I don't see why they put it in over other rivalries, you know what I mean? Like, where was Chelsea Green? What's going on? Where's Chelsea?
Yeah, for real. Women's US champion, not on the card, bro.
What can you do? So we're just going to go over WrestleMania 41 match by match, give brief opinions and overviews on each one, and just see where the conversation takes us. We got a couple hours, so we're going to be burning through these. To start with, night 1. We're going to start big here. We're going to start pretty massive, actually. Jey Uso versus Gunther. How are we feeling about this one? How are we feeling?
Honestly, the match was exactly what I expected it to be. In that it was fine. Like, I didn't love it, but it was a match.
Yeah, I hear you. To be honest, a lot of it was forgettable for me. I expected more of that. Okay, I'll just say it up front because I don't want people to think I'm alluding to something else. Sami Zayn did it better. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It was the same storyline again, pretty much.
Right. And I think Sami Zayn did it. I don't even think it's close to like debatable, guys. You know what I mean? Let's talk. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Jey Uso didn't perform at a certain level that is to be expected from a Gunther opponent, like a Drew McIntyre or a Damian Priest or whatnot. You know. But the thing with Jey Uso is, once again, is the fact that his character is so ridiculously over. You'd be stupid not to slap the belt on him, right? So I see why they did it. You know. I do think that Jey Uso did put a lot of effort into this match. You can tell with like the story they were trying to put in. And while it wasn't a Sami Zayn level, I still relatively enjoyed this match. I do not like the finish, though. I feel like it's undeserved, even though I guess storyline-wise, it kind of technically works, because that's what he did to Jimmy. But that choke out at the end, and Gunther just tapping out immediately, and them humiliating him in that way, I kind of found it unfitting, considering how cold that man is most of the time. Like, he's not a diva. You know what I mean? He's not a diva. He's not out here complaining a bunch, what's the word? Being selfish. Not selfish. Definitely selfish, but not jealous, is what I'm trying to say. He's not that kind of guy. He never has been. He's just been a cold executor of pure wrestling, right? And so to go this route, to humiliate him, even though he plays a really good heel, it's a heel that you're intimidated by and respected by, not somebody that you absolutely hate and is so annoying and you just want to see him get their due. You really enjoy. This isn't The Miz. If this was The Miz, you want to see him tap out. You want to see whatever. So the closest comparison I can make to this is a Triple H. Him tapping out at Mania versus a John Cena, That makes sense to a degree. But the difference here is, I think, would be the intensity of said match. I just really don't think that the match lived up to the storytelling here,
Yeah.
Because I really don't feel like Jey Uso was capable of dominating Gunther in that ring throughout. There were a couple of surprise moments, he's using his own move. But none of that felt deserved, so to speak, because Jey Uso didn't earn that from Gunther in that ring. It felt like Gunther was selling for him, which technically I know that's what he's doing, but it doesn't feel that way when you're watching the match, It
wasn't organic.
Right. It wasn't, you get it. It wasn't organic.
I saw a post, someone said that it felt like Gunther was kind of phoning in the match. Right. And I honestly did kind of get that vibe, especially with him being... You gotta do your
work. You gotta do what's best for
business. Especially with him playing like a coward heel this time around, which is not in character for Gunther. Just kind of felt like he didn't want to be there. And I mean, I don't blame him. It wasn't the best match. It was just a match. Yeah.
And unfortunately, what's the word? The way that Gunther lost, I'm kind of scared for his position currently. I do like what they did afterwards on Monday Night Raw, saying, well, fuck you, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. I'm going to go crazy, And him doing that, I do like he's still shown as this crazy killer. I'd like to think that as time goes on, he's going to be considered like a renegade off the grid kind of guy. It's like, you know what? I was told to drop this, or his mentality needs to be, okay, I did my job. I let the business go over. Now, what's the word? Now I need to get mine. That's what I feel like Gunther's going to be going on. That's the road that he's on. I just don't want to see him be demoted. He's a main event guy. Gunther has been that since day one, So I appreciate Jey Uso. I appreciate his the fact that he's won the championship. But we love Jey. Yeah, that goes without saying, right?
Of course.
I just really hope they can make it interesting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what wasn't a good start was him having an uninterrupted celebration. Just being honest.
On Raw?
Yeah, afterwards.
Yeah, I was fully expecting something to happen.
Yeah, someone comes out. And then nothing happened. It's like, okay, well, that's how they keep you on your toes. It's like, yeah, but what would you have preferred?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Sammy's going to go heel.
Yeah, they did kind of tease that a little bit when Jay was celebrating with the crowd, and then Sammy's just standing behind him. And he looks so serious.
Right.
It was just like, is he going to...
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything. It was just
in that moment, I'm like, Sammy needs to go heel here, because that would be the most interesting way. So maybe they're just holding that, right? Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I just, you know what? No, it doesn't make sense. You know why? Because this is Raw after Mania. This is when you cash in. This is when the most people are going to be watching. This is when you go full on, but fine. Let's see what they do. That's the thing. I can't complain too much because I don't know what the plans are.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Part of me was even thinking, you had Sammy celebrating with Jay in the ring, and then Jimmy came out, and part of me was like,
is Jimmy
gonna turn? Yeah. But didn't happen. It would have been interesting, though. Uso versus Uso for the belt.
Right. Uso, literally anything else. But the fact that it went on to interrupted, kind of, all that tension fizzled out, And I didn't really appreciate that.
It felt like a moment. It's just, let's make the fans happy. That's it.
I was waiting for like the over the rope shot, you know, like the guy standing on the apron. Like I was waiting for the cinematic shot of like, oh no, you know what I mean? Like in that moment, I was waiting for it, and it just never happened. So like, I appreciate the celebration, but it's a thing where like, guys, you can have the celebration and you can have someone turn on them. You can have the cake and eat it too. That's what they did with Jeff Hardy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, come on. They do that for every champion ever. You know what I mean? They had their celebration after, and then they move to the big thing next. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just, I don't see why they went uninterrupted. I guess they're just trying to do a longer term story. Maybe because they don't want the match to happen at Backlash. That's why, right? Like Backlash is already packed. Let's build it up a little longer, right? And if that's the case, fair enough. But if Jey Uso gets a rivalry thing at Backlash, I would have preferred it to happen right here and now. So we'll see. We'll see. I have faith. WWE has been putting up some really good storylines, so I have faith. But when it comes to Gunther, I have no idea where he goes next.
Yeah, no clue. And I do agree that like the match finish was underwhelming.
Yeah.
But my honest opinion, I think it's a fitting ending for the title reign. Because Gunther's reign was pretty underwhelming too. Like his IC title reign is way better than his World Heavyweight Championship reign was. I love seeing Gunther with the World Heavyweight Championship around his waist, but they didn't do anything with it. At least nothing interesting with it.
Well, you see, that's why I don't like it, because you can tell that Gunther, he can do more. He can do more. And like, it's not his fault. Like with the Damian Priest angle, I hated that shit. He's losing confidence in himself. Stop. It's Gunther. You know what I mean? Like, he's not losing confidence. I remember when Gunther jumped Damian Priest backstage, and then he was the one on the floor. What?
Yeah.
Like, they made him weak. And like, what are we doing here, you know?
Yeah. Like, they were just trying to build Damian Priest. And it's like, you can do that while still keeping Gunther strong. And that's what made his feud against Sheamus for the IC title so good, is that both of them were strong.
Right.
And then they didn't have anything like that for Gunther on the, you know, being a main eventer.
Meanwhile, Drew McIntyre's going over on Damian. You know what I mean? Like, solid, clean. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing? You know? It just seems like a complete conflict of interest here. There's a way. It's just, it sucks when I see that there's a way for both ends to be met, and they just choose one over the other. You know? It's like, do both. It's okay. You know? Yeah.
I do have a reasoning, I think, as to why I think this WrestleMania, just in general, like overall, wasn't, you know, the best that it could have been, especially compared to last year, right? And it's because last year, you know, big emphasis in WrestleMania 40 is that it was the end of an era, the start of something new.
Right.
And then this one just kind of felt like...
Chapter 1.
Yeah, not even. Just felt like Chapter 3 and more chapters to come. Because what storylines really ended here? Not much.
Right. Not much.
Because like the Seth, Roman, and Punk triple threat was great, but that storyline's not over.
It's still going. Yeah,
they're still doing it. Cena versus Cody, I'm sure they're gonna run that back at some point. I don't think this is the end of that feud either.
Nah.
And so I think that's like my main theory as to just why this WrestleMania didn't feel like up to the scale of what we're used to, because there was no finality to it. It was just another show. And a big example of that, to me, was the AJ Styles versus Logan Paul match. Because you had Karrion Kross interfere, and then that basically made AJ Styles lose. And it's just kind of like, okay, that's like a Monday Night Raw finish.
That's a whole conversation. Match. We'll get to that. That's a whole conversation, dude. But I hear you. Yeah, it really general, just feels like an episode in a series instead of finale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, and if I had to compare 41 to another WrestleMania, it felt a lot like WrestleMania 25. In that you have like the one match everyone talks about, HBK versus Taker, and this one being Rollins versus Roman versus Punk. And then every other match was just like, didn't hit the potential that it could have. But then there were some that went, you know, we'll get there, but there were some that were a lot better than I expected it to be. And then matches that were exactly what I expected, like Jay versus Gunther. Or Iyo versus Bianca versus Rhea. Still a great match, but it was exactly what I was expecting from that talented group of women.
I hear you. Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like WrestleMania, like you said, is a part of a series, and it was just something where we expected it to be good, and it was good. You know, it didn't blow our minds, you know, but
yeah.
Then again, like once again, it's like we were spoiled by 40, so I see the bias, you know.
Yeah.
Next up, we had our big tag team match. Not even big, but it was a little thing. I'm surprised
New
that
Day and War Raiders.
To be honest, I was even surprised it was on Mania. Yeah, New Days versus War Raiders. First of all, big respect to War Raiders. My God, they showed out. You know what I mean?
They're great. I love the War Raiders.
I mean, they're moving mad. For people their size, they're out here doing front flips and back flips and fucking whatnot. You know, like they don't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah.
So nothing but love for the War Raiders. What's the word? It was just a solid match. I mean, Ivar hit a fucking moonsault. You know,
yeah.
There was a moment where I think it was Ivar again, or it was the other guy, ran up against Xavier Woods and Kofi up onto like the apron.
Yeah, that was Ivar.
And Michael Cole said, "Damn, that's like getting hit by a refrigerator."
You know what that feels like, Michael Cole.
Exactly. What the fuck does that mean, Michael Cole?
Yeah, no. To me, that just felt like a Monday Night Raw match.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, it's always good to see a couple of those matches on Mania. Just see those tag team matches because they're high energy. You know. Yeah. Overall, it was just a solid tag team effort. You know.
Yeah. But it's just after the SmackDown announcement, that being the only like. The fact we didn't see the SmackDown titles on WrestleMania was disappointing. Especially because this week on SmackDown, they're doing a triple threat TLC match for the tag titles.
Damn.
Why wasn't that on the fucking Mania card? Because Nick Aldis announced that match and the crowd went crazy. And then he said, next week on SmackDown, booze immediately. Because it's like, why isn't that on the fucking Mania card?
That's real, though. Now, that's,
instead we got New Day versus Viking Raiders.
That's actually 100% real. You can tell how they stretch it out a little bit for no reason. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. And also, it's just the win didn't feel deserved from the New Day. Like, they turned heel, and everyone went fucking crazy, and then they did nothing with it. And all of a sudden, they're the champions. And it's like, okay, am I supposed to, like... How am I supposed to feel about this? They didn't build it up.
I agree. I agree with it totally. I remember watching highlights. I remember watching highlights all throughout the year. You know, the New Day turns heel, and you know, in highlights they try to highlight everyone, not just the main event things, but everyone, even the guys that don't deserve the screen time. They get the screen time. You know.
Yeah.
New Day was getting none of it, so that means there was nothing happening. You know what
exactly,
I mean? Like, so as far as I'm concerned. War Raiders, those guys were robbed a little bit. All right, just a little bit.
I think I would have preferred the War Raiders winning.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I like how stiff the match was, and what's the word? Throughout the whole match, they were just killing each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the War Raider style. You gotta love it.
And what I also liked is that New Day was giving them receipts too. You know, like they're still pulling in some solid work. I'm not questioning the performers. I just know that the War Raiders deserve this a hell of a lot more than New Day did at this time. But I guess just how recognizable they are. You know what I mean? It's tenure. You know, so it's all right. But I just hope the War Raiders don't fade into obscurity now. You know, because they were really great.
Yeah, and they've been consistently great. Like I can't think of the last time I was bored of a War Raiders match.
Real.
Like this one included, this match was not boring. It was a pretty good match. Just didn't feel like a WrestleMania match.
Felt like something. I mean, what's crazy is watching this match, I immediately put down in my like overall notes says like, wow, the standard has really been risen. You know what I mean? Like the standard of a WWE match is way high. Like you don't see 1-star matches anymore. It doesn't happen. You know?
Yeah, no.
It's crazy because like I remember watching New Year's Revolution for the first time. New Year's Revolution back when Batista was on the cover and they were doing their first Elimination Chamber match, I think, right? Yeah. And I remember not having access to that pay-per-view as a kid because I had all these old DVDs, but I never had that one. And I was thinking, oh, it must be so cool. It's the first Elimination Chamber. Then I actually watch it on Peacock and dude, it was terrible up till the chamber. Like the worst fucking thing in the matches were terribly slow paced and no shit, 2 people got injured in separate matches. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just
And
terrible.
that chamber match is my favorite of all time. But just, the rest of the card is...
But the pay-per-view
There's a reason we
was
don't really talk about
absolutely
it.
terrible.
Yeah.
And now you look at it now, and it's just like every match here deserves, deserves at least 2, not even 2, 3 or higher. It's crazy how much better the matches overall have become. I haven't seen a 1-star match in such a long time, like in terms of like recent matches. I don't know, man. How long has it been? you know?
A while.
My God. And you know what? That's nothing but credit to WWE. These guys, they put together banger matches. You know what I mean? That the stars, the people behind making these decisions, like they know who has chemistry with who, and it just works, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say right now, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, I remember back in 2010 when I was watching, like, the newer guys, the tag team efforts, whatnot, I couldn't really give a shit. Now, it's just like I'm destined to see greatness every time. I love it, you know? So, nothing but love for current WWE, because they are doing craziness with just the tag team titles. They're putting in 5-star performances. This is next level.
Mm-hmm.
Next up on the list, a match that I actually was underwhelmed by, not by performance, but by the fact that it just didn't go any further than how it did. Cargill versus Naomi.
I fell asleep through that one.
Yeah.
I was working. I was tired, right?
yeah. Don't judge him. Gosh. Yeah. Let's see. So Cargill versus Naomi.
Fell asleep when the 2 black women came on screen. Look. It was coincidence.
You racist, misogynistic, sexy, all the ist, you motherfucker.
I actually was looking forward to that match, but I was just too lazy to like go back and watch it.
It wasn't a bad match. In fact, it was actually pretty decent. You know, I liked all the fake outs that they did throughout. You know, some solid fucking moves. But my thing is that Naomi damn near killed Jade Cargill. And all Jade Cargill does is a clean pin. You know?
Baby face.
It's like, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I figured it would be a whole lot more petty than that. Not for Jade Cargill to rise above, but for her to get her get back. You know what I mean? And to be honest, a win at Mania, but that should be plenty. This is WWE. You got to add some more flair. I'm surprised there was no way. I'm surprised this wasn't even a no DQ match. This is just a regular match. You know? Like, you saw how Naomi left her. Homegirl was hitting the pose, you know, the chalk outline on a fucking pose. Windshield. What's up?
Yeah, the Family Guy pose.
Real. You know what I mean? And all Naomi gets is a mount 1, 2, 3. I'm just being honest
Every
here.
guy in the stadium wanted that, like, not even like a punishment.
You know, I just, damn it. I just expected more. You know what I mean? I expected more.
Because the build was great.
Yeah, the build was great. And I'm just really surprised they didn't do more with it. Naomi actually did pretty good here. I didn't expect to like her as much as I did during this match, because I generally think that she's an okay performer, but she doesn't stand out. Here, she dictated the pace very well with Cargill. You can tell they rehearsed this one nicely. It was great. What's the word? Cargill was introduced by a weatherman. There's a storm of brewing. Yeah,
that part I saw.
Yeah, you know, a little bit of extra, a little salt on that, you know, a little seasoning. I enjoyed it. Just a solid match. Naomi, quick-witted. All the reversals, love it. I'm telling you, because that's what Naomi was doing, was basically dodging Jade Cargill's moves the entirety of the match, right? Because like if she gets hit with anything solid, she knows she's done. So that's dead. The role that she played. Right. And she was just really great with reversing moves. Like she was reversing shit you didn't think could be reversed. It was great. What's the word? But yeah, eventually Jade Cargill hits that crazy fucking powerbomb. Like, I don't know how to remember the setup, but I remember the powerbomb being like, damn, I hope her neck is okay. Hit the powerbomb, and then Jade Cargill got her in that finisher pose. And, you know, I'm just happy that Jade won. You know, Jade going over makes the most sense here. I wonder where Jade's going to go next. I mean, what do we think? What do you think?
They're probably going to put her in a title picture.
It's got to be somewhere. Now,
maybe another feud with a veteran that can carry her.
My thing is, right, is like, I don't see her going mid-level titles. I don't. I feel like they may go, like you said, going for another big star and just seeing how that big star can elevate her. Like, I don't think she goes for mid-titles. I think they kind of put her on the fast track here. Because it's been like a year. It's not really the fast track. She's been a year, like, on a tag team, you know, playing bodyguard, you know, stuff like that, right? So it's not really the fast track, but it's about her time.
I think if you're gonna put Jade in a feud, you know, like, let's say they're building the SummerSlam, I feel like a good SummerSlam level match would be like Jade Cargill versus a Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. You know what? That would be good. Do I see Charlotte Flair even coming back after that match? I don't know. Is she scheduled to be coming back?
I think so. I mean, she's under contract.
Okay. Interesting. I thought it was going to be a one and done.
She's probably going to be around, but I don't think they're going to have Charlotte in the title scene for a while, which is good because the fans don't want that.
Keep her out. No one wants her on the card. I'm sorry, it's the truth. No one wants her on the card.
I mean, I'm fine with her being on the card. Just don't give her a title match.
Yeah, you're right. Her on the card, not title speaking. That's fair enough. It's just if it's her, it's gonna be for a title. You know?
Oh, it always is. I mean, it's like Alexa Bliss says, you won the most titles out of any other woman. That also means you lost the most titles out of any other woman.
Get him out of here! It's crazy how we have like all the OGs right now. We got Becky, Charlotte, Bayley. What's the word? There's another.
We're just missing Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. We're just missing Mercedes Moné. All right.
Yeah.
Correct you. I haven't watched a single one of her matches outside of WWE. My bad, yo.
Actually, I saw one of her matches in Japan. It was good.
Fair enough. Oh, she's a good performer.
I mean, yeah, she is. Yeah, we got the 3 horsewomen now. We're missing one.
I like horses.
My Instagram has been all horses for like a week and a half.
Jeez. Oh man, hey, I love those memes where it's like when I ask the mystical agreeing horse to do such and such, and it's just him going crazy.
Yeah. Dude, for a week and a half, that has been my entire Instagram. I liked one of those memes, and it's just been all of that. I have a screenshot on my phone that says suggested reels. I kid you not, it was all horses. It's slowly like faded away though. It's going away.
Oh well, I guess because that trend was just up and popping for a while. Yeah, it was like, shit, we gotta get in on this now.
Yeah, so many horses.
Oh man. Dude, I've been getting like so many like veiny diff memes. Oh my god. What the fuck?
I haven't gotten those.
Dude, why is Willem Dafoe in all of them, bro? Like, all the crazy violating ones, like he's in all of them. Jesus Christ.
Because, I mean, isn't Willem Dafoe notorious for having like a really huge penis? I think there was something about, like, I think it was The Northman that he had to film like a nude scene and everyone was just surprised at like how big his dick was. It's like, what can I say? Willem Dafoe is packing, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Let him be.
Jesus Christ.
Just another reason why he's the GOAT.
I can imagine him giving just fucking backshot to somebody. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Like, hold on, wait. Oh, Jesus. I don't know, bro. No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
He gave Ant-Man a back blast in that movie.
Finish it. Finish it. All right, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, hold on.
Right. Wait. Oh, Jesus. Next up on the docket was a match that we knew it was going to happen. We just thought it'd have one more player in the game. We thought Braun Strowman was going to be in that son of a bitch, you know?
Yeah. Did you see what Paul Heyman said about that?
What?
So I think he was on the Pat McAfee show. And so, you know, Paul Heyman, you know, he's all heel now, right? He doesn't give a fuck. Apparently, he said this word for word. I told Braun Strowman he's not on the card because he sucks.
Damn.
Plain as day, said it to his face. Like, damn.
And what did
he do? Relax. Braun Strowman ain't even here right now. Why you gotta roast him like that?
Who
Who you showing off for? Jesus Christ.
But yeah, we got LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. This is one of the matches that I think exceeded my expectations. I was like, yeah, I know it's going to be a good match. And it was way better than I thought.
I mean, dude, I think I can speak for everyone when I can say that probably like moment of the night was that BFT off a backflip. Like how?
Oh, hell yeah.
How the fuck do you think of that?
It was so good.
Oh, that was like Randy Orton hitting the curb stomp RKO, right? Like that's next level. 10 years ago.
And we never seen LA Knight do that.
Yeah. LA Knight hitting something like that. It was just next level. And can I just say how effortless Fatu was? Like, once again, this guy is young. He's not as like as technical as all these other wrestlers. All of this. And he's just effortless in that ring, dude. Oh my God. It is ridiculous how wonderful that guy is on the card. I'm glad they gave him a belt. I can't wait to see what he does with it. It's just next level. I like how we have I like how we have like a mainline bloodline, you know, the Usos and Roman, and now we got the sidekicks, you know what I mean, the Outcast, you know, and
Solo,
I feel like
Jacob,
and I feel like the Outcast are gonna be moving up, you know what I mean. So I'm all for it. Solo, Jacob, and it was a Tama-Tonga, yeah,
Tama-Tonga and Tonga Loa.
Yeah, where's Loa? I ain't seen him forever. Where's Loa?
Everyone keeps memeing like when he comes back, it's gonna like break the internet. Yeah, because it's like such a meme that he like botches so many moves, and yet people treat him like he's the greatest wrestler of all time, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I want to see it, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
when
like a lot of people were theorizing for like Randy Orton's mystery opponent, and it's like, guys, what are we gonna do when the stadium pops for Tonga Loa?
Definitely gonna be a Jimmy Uso moment, right? He's back. Oh my God!
Yeah, no, he tore his bicep during War Games last year, so that's why we haven't seen him.
That. Just another thing he fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yo, they killed each other at War Games, bro.
Yeah.
My God,
but
everyone
the thing
got
for
hurt.
me is like when the headlines came out that it's like, okay, Bronson Reed broke his foot. Yeah, I could see that. You know, he jumped off the cage. Jimmy Uso broke his big toe. Yeah, he also jumped off the cage, landed pretty hard. And then Tonga Loa tore his bicep. What the fuck did he do? I don't remember shit that he did in the match.
Tonga was climbing on the cage. Maybe he tore some. Loa was just out here.
Knowing how some of those injuries are, I would not be surprised if that was the case, bro. Like, I'll never forget last year, Shotzi tearing her ACL getting out of the ring. Like, what? Vince McMahon tearing both his quads, getting in the ring.
Oh my God! Dude, literally, because that is the most freak accident. What the fuck you could have met? Both? At the same time? How? It's not possible.
So with Tonga Loa, I wouldn't be surprised. It was just like he got in the ring wrong. And it's like, it happens, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Get well soon.
But you see, that's the wonderful thing. That's what's so fucking crazy about it is like you'd just be walking one day and all of a sudden, pulled my coccyx. All right, I guess I'm out for 6 months. But you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. My dick fell off. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only... Oh, Jesus.
Just walking on a nice sunny day in a park, all of a sudden you're paralyzed from the neck down. It's like, what happened? He stepped on a pebble. Yeah, right? I rolled my ankle a little bit and it just severed all the nerves on my fucking body. Like, wait, hold on, what? Well, I always said he was strung a little high, so I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it were. Oh, Jesus. Man, I mean, that's the wrestling business, bro. You breathe wrong, you break your nose, you know? That's what I'm saying. So you can't be caught up in all that shit because you're going to get injured regardless. That's just how life works. Yeah, for real. Me. I broke my pinky riding an electric scooter. Shit happens. You don't see it. It happens, yeah. Dude, I was going 15 miles an hour, and the only thing I hurt was my pinky. You know what I mean? Like, shit been happens. A lot worse. It could have been a concussion. Bro, we have no idea, because I had you seen this? I don't know if you guys have. You probably saw the aftermath. There was a scratch on my nose right here, and that's from where my hand was protecting it and my nose sliding off the asphalt. If my hand wasn't there to break my fall, concussion immediately. And that's the truth. And I was going 15 miles an hour, so it makes sense if I didn't have the reaction time, you know? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I saw a video of this dude on an electric scooter. He was actually going like pretty slow, but when he crashed, the scooter like flipped up. And the caption said, "How does this dude have a 60-mile-an-hour crash going 5 miles an hour?"
I've seen that clip. Bro really did. Dude, it's like you got fucking hit by a Mack truck, right? Like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because like the way he crashed, like his feet completely came up off the ground and the scooter like flipped up underneath him. And it's like, bro was going 5 miles an hour.
Those electric scooters, man. I'm just glad I returned mine. I can't stand them. Fuck them.
Deadly.
I got feet. I'll use those. It's all right.
WWE Extreme Rules electric scooter match.
you just see the wrestlers, right? They just got their scooters. They're trying to swing them around on their ankles. You know? Jesus Christ. Oh, that's funny shit, bro.
Anyway, yeah, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Good match.
Solid match overall. Wasn't the most technical or well-paced thing in the world, but they made up for that with some massive moments. Fatu winning the title just makes sense, man. You know?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, both guys are so over. Yeah. Like, the crowd was cheering for both. It's like, how can you not
either
cheer
one
for both?
can win.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, if Jacob Fatu would have lost, I would have been fine with that. It's like, it's a little early. Like, he just got here. I get it. But then he won, and I was like, I'm fine with that too. You know, I love LA Knight, but he can move up a little bit. Put him in the main event. You know,
do it.
Yeah.
Do it now.
It's time.
It is time. Next up on the list, a match that really I have no idea why it's on Mania, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. El Grande Americano versus Rey Fénix. You're telling me that's not what's his name? What? You're telling me that's not Chad Gable? You know?
No, it's not. We don't know.
No, that's El Grande Americano. All right.
Yep.
I love how Bad News Barrett was just talking about it. You haven't been able to provide one shred of evidence that that's Chad Gable.
I mean, it's just the truth.
You know. And it's like, what about the tattoo? It's like, that tattoo's on many people, okay? Maybe he took Chad Gable's moveset as inspiration. You have no idea.
It's like at work, I was talking to one of my coworkers, like, on night one of Mania, and we were talking about the match card, and it's like, what other match do we have? Like, I had the list pulled up, and I was like, oh, we got El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. And then he was like, oh, like, you mean Chad Gable? And then all you hear in the back is, you don't know if that's Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Could be anybody.
I'll tell you, the wrestling fandom is just filled with bots. That's all it is, right? Like, they're all still in kayfabe.
Yeah.
You know?
It hasn't
it's
been
still
confirmed
real
whether
to me, damn it.
Yeah. It's not confirmed if it's Chad Gable or not.
That's real. It's not. You don't know if that's Chad Gable.
The thing is, I've only seen the highlights. I hadn't really seen like the El Grande Americano like storyline at all. But when he did like the hand sign and he said gracias instead of like the thank you, I was like, come on, bro. Like, really? Really?
Oh, man. I love what Pat McAfee, what Michael Cole was like saying, but that's Chad Gable. It's like, listen, Michael, all right, you haven't said anything, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, all right, shoosh, buddy. All right?
Yeah, shoosh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nah, dude,
yeah.
And you know what? It was a pretty good match, and I'm surprised El Grande Americano won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, what's hilarious about this, right? It's like if I say Rey Mysterio, you know, like I'll say Mysterio Eddie Guerrero, you know, like I'll say it like that in Spanish. But when I see El Grande Americano, I don't say it like that. I say El Grande Americano.
Yeah. He's like the whitest dude.
Yeah, because I think that's how it should be pronounced. It's not El Grande Americano. For Chad, it's El Grande Americano. That's it.
From the Gulf of America. Don't forget that's where he's from, apparently.
The Gulf.
And then they changed it to Gulf of Mexico because fans got mad.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, it sucks that they had to pull Rey Mysterio from Mania, but I think Rey Fénix was a good stand-in.
Yeah, I mean the guy's got some good ring acumen. You know, I just hope he doesn't get lost in the sea of luchadors, right? Especially now that they acquired AAA. I don't know.
Yeah, God knows how many luchadors we're gonna be seeing in WWE.
My God, so we'll see what happens.
But I think Rey Fénix will be fine because Penta's his brother.
Right,
and eventually, I know we're gonna get that Lucha Brothers tag team like they were in AEW and TNA.
Then we'll get some rivals. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All day.
So, I mean, that's bound to happen. But I like that they're keeping them separate now. You got Penta, Raw, Ray Phoenix, SmackDown. I'm fine with that. That's cool.
Like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it like that for a while. At least, because when it comes to running these kinds of big shows, you have to understand like what these what slots these characters tend to fill, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Penta and Ray Phoenix being in the same promotion, they kind of fill the same slot, and so they have to compete with each other.
Yeah.
And so one of them has to go down while the other one goes up, you know.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm happy that they haven't cashed in on somebody like a Trick Williams yet, because the way that like he hypes the crowd and everyone's in on him, that kind of void is exactly what Jey Uso fills. You know?
For sure.
And so if Jey Uso's still there and Trick Williams gets put up to the main roster, all of a sudden it seems redundant. You know what I mean? It's just not the time. I think Trick Williams is wonderful and could stand on his own in time. Of course, I'm saying that right now it wouldn't be a smart idea. Not right now.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. But yeah, no, I sent you the link to that video of Penta reacting to Ray Phoenix having his WrestleMania match. Bro was crying, and I can't wait to see, because you know it's gonna happen one day. Ray Phoenix and Penta tag teaming at WrestleMania. Yeah, like you know that's gonna be a moment, and I hope that that happens and that they win the tag titles at Mania, because I can only imagine how special that would be for the two of them to share that together as brothers. You know.
What's the word? I can't imagine what these coming years will present, you know, because we got someone like Penta who has just completely breathed new life into the luchador aesthetic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that's been dead and buried for a decade. All of a sudden, Penta's out here doing the little fucking crip walk to the ring, and now we're back on it, you know what I mean? Like, I love it.
Yeah. So, and like for years, you know, it felt like WWE kept trying to find their new Rey Mysterio, and it just never happened. And now you have Penta, and he's so over, not because he's like Rey Mysterio, but because he's so different.
Right.
And he's over in a completely different way, but it's just as organic as what Rey Mysterio had. So I love it. I love that Penta is basically like their new go-to luchador, which, you know, it's great.
I mean, the kid can work. That guy, he's a ridiculously good wrestler. And he's genuine and throughout. So like people will watch him as anything. He's already so over his character. It's stupid. So
yeah, definitely.
I can't blame him. You know, I mean, immediately to legitimize Dominic's run, he has another chance at the time. He has another chance to defend the title against Penta. And JD McDonough comes back, and things happen. You know what I mean?
Return.
Right. You know. The chin returns, you know. I love JD McDonough, man. So I can't wait to see what he does. The fact that Dominic Mysterio is back with that title, I mean, we'll get into that. But you know, just overall, Phoenix Grande Americano, solid match. I was surprised that it was here, but I'm all for pushing El Grande Americano to the fucking top. I want to see it
for sure.
Oh, yeah, because Chad Gable deserves a push, dude. It's ridiculous. The fact he has to put on a match to get some love, god damn it.
It's not Chad Gable, though.
You right.
Unfortunately, Chad Gable's been sick, you know, and he hasn't been wrestling.
Yeah, he sneezed 3 times in the locker room. Yeah, it happens. I hear you.
But yeah, no, Chad Gable does need a push. Yeah.
I agree.
Hopefully he comes in, maybe he beats up El Grande Americano. You know, that'd be a good feud.
Now that would be peak. I think that would be a great peak. I feel like they have very similar wrestling styles, but I feel like their chemistry in the ring would just match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see
El Grande Americano does have like that lucha, like, you know, twist on it, you know? So it's like different enough, you know? Like Chad Gable hits the moonsault, El Grande Americano hit like the 450 fucking backflip that he hit on Ray Phoenix. Like that shit was insane.
Why everyone pulling out moonsaults and backflips at 450s now? Like, y'all, that's how they compete. You know what I mean? Like the standard has risen so much that they risking breaking their neck every week. You know?
Yeah.
My God.
I love that the commentators, like Wade Barrett, couldn't even tell what kind of moonsault that was. Like he hit the backflip, and they're like, "Well, like how many even is that?"
Yeah, like he landed on his back. You know what I mean? Like how do you do that?
Like 360. 540, 450.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, just like I said, fun match. That's it. I think that's the best way to say it. Fun match.
Yeah, it was a nice. Yeah.
It was a snack. You know what I mean? For the full course meal, it was a nice snack. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Speaking of snacks, Tiffany Stratton.
What a segue.
Oh, man. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I've got a lot to say for this one, I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, the match, it goes, like, when you hear Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, the match was what I expected. Like,
right.
I got what I expected, you know?
The neurons were firing, and it was fucking solid from both women. And while I'm not a big fan of Charlotte Flair, her effort here left nothing to be desired. Tiffy was graceful, as always, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Their
the
chemistry...
highlight for this match for me was Tiffany's entrance. The Barbie entrance.
All day.
Like, that was great. I don't know why. I just really like that entrance.
I feel like their chemistry didn't match up in some moments. You know, I felt like there was a lot of times where it's like, I'm going to go this way. No, I'll go this way. You know what I mean? Like, I could feel that. There was a bit of static here and there.
Yeah.
But overall, they gelled well enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a solid match. Charlotte was really stiff with Tiffany.
She did not care. You can see the difference between Charlotte caring and not caring if you watch this match and then you watch Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 39. Like, the effort is two different wavelengths.
Right. Well, I'm just very happy that they were able to work together, because you could tell how heated that rivalry got. Like, not just like fake. It was like real pettiness on the mic.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I could tell, like, there's like, oh, this is blurring the lines. This is so no. This was obviously petty. Like, this was obviously, I don't fucking like you, but we're gonna do business. You know what I mean?
It's like in high school when you see two girls yelling at each other and it's like, ooh, are they gonna fight? And then they don't fight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so here it was just like unparalleled levels of petty, and you can tell from the start that, like, I was concerned that they wouldn't even be able to work with each other very well, you know. Yeah. But thankfully, both of them bucked up and they got it in very well. It was a solid match overall.
And the right person won.
What's that?
And the right person won.
Damn straight, goddamn right. Tiffany went through hell here. I mean, she was bleeding. She's got welts all over. Flair went stiff. I can't say she was too wrong for that, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you gotta make it look like it was a close call, but she was the better person here. Tiffy looked tougher for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely, because people could look at Tiffany and say that, like, oh, she's a prima donna, she's a Barbie doll, you know, plastic, all that. But after this match, you see, like, okay, she's a tough bitch. Yeah. You know, for sure. She's tough. You know. She's a tough nut to crack, you know what I mean? You can appreciate it. So overall, solid match. Enjoyed it.
I like that even though Tiffany was the champion, she felt like the underdog.
Right.
Like, that was that's the right
Charlotte
thing to do.
Flair. Right. Yeah. I to be honest, I hope there's not a rematch. I don't think it would be pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To do a rematch.
I think it would hurt Tiffany more than anything.
Right. I think one time is enough. No rematch, no immediate. It's just finished. You know what I mean? Let's move on to something else, please.
I think this match was enough to, like, show it's like, Tiffany Stratton can hang with the main eventers.
Well,
and
that,
she deserves
and you
to
want
be a champion.
Absolutely. And you want to add to the fact that, like, we don't know where those promos will go in the future if this keeps going. Like, I'm sure WWE has seen this as a risk. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we got past this and that's it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's good enough. It was like I said, a solid match. I appreciated it. You know, it wasn't match of the night, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Now in the future, what I do want to see, Tiffany versus Liv Morgan.
Versus who?
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, that has to happen. I think that's not debatable. I told you, Liv Morgan is the Chris Jericho of the women's division currently. You know, she's ridiculously good at putting people over, being opportunistic. Like, wherever she is the puzzle piece that fits all. You put her anywhere and she'll fit. You know what I mean? So I think it's a very, she's very similar to a Chris Jericho in that way. It feels like Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho at the time was that guy where we need an undisputed champ, but it can't be either one. We need to have a twist. Okay, we're gonna put it on Jericho. Oh, we need Jericho to. We need a big feud for this person. It's gotta get personal. Throw Jericho. Oh, we need to put this guy over. Throw Jericho. It's a person who works. It's a person who fits every puzzle piece, and it's a person that can play both sides of that coin. And it's just flawless in the ring when it comes to it, and it's severely underrated. You know what I mean? And she fits that
to the umpteenth degree. Liv Morgan is the Chris Jericho of this generation currently. So I would love to see her go up against Tiffany Stratton in one of these pay-per-views coming up. That would be a hell of a match. I think it would tear the fucking house down. Yeah, I think it would tear the fucking house down.
That's definitely like match of the night, like,
you know, on paper. Of course. Yeah. Because those two, I know they'll kill each other for the love of the game, dude. You know? So I can't wait. I know that's going to be, would be a solid match. And I know that WWE isn't stupid enough to let that go by. You know what I mean? There's a chance.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. What's the word? But overall, Charlotte, what do I want for her next? I don't know. What do you think? You said that you wanted...
For Charlotte?
Yeah.
I could see her feuding with like a Jade Cargill, but ideally I liked Charlotte the most when she wasn't there.
Enough said.
yeah. Just end it there.
What am I gonna add there? You know what I mean? It's like, it's what it is. Next up on the list, the finale of night one. The big one! Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman OTC Reigns, guys.
Yeah.
Can we get one of these real quick? Can we get one of... Yeah. There was a lot to like about this match, and we got a lot to talk about. I'll let you go first.
I think most people would agree it's not a hot take. This was the match of the weekend. Not even just night one, just match of the weekend. I mean, it's...
You know what? I would say yes, absolutely. If we're just talking about wrestling quality, there's one I put over. But overall, this one, definitely. I agree. Go ahead.
No, this match had everything. I mean, you have three of the biggest dudes in the company.
Yes.
All great workers.
Yes.
The storytelling was there.
Yes.
The fucking brutality of the match was there.
Roman, when he was going fucking feral. Oh my God. Continue.
I love, Roman's been the most dominant guy ever since he became the tribal chief, ever since he turned heel. This is the first match that I've really seen from him where it's like, he's dominant. Like, he did not look weak. It didn't even look close. It didn't look evenly matched. For, like, not the first solid, 15 minutes, it's just Roman beating the shit out of CM Punk and Seth Rollins. like, they would have some offense here and there. Like, they would attack Roman while he's attacking someone else. But then, after a while, Roman comes back and he just beats the shit out of him again. And I was surprised by that, but I loved it.
Considering the violation that precedes, I see why they did it. Because they needed to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Roman is the tribal chief, the OTC. You got to keep him at that level.
Well, not only that, but you also have to think out of these three, who's the best when they're on... Who's the best when they're on top? You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, when it comes to matches, it's like, okay, now this person's down is going to get beat on, then this person's going to get beat on, and then eventually someone's going to win. Who's the best at being the one who's beating up someone else? Roman. All day, every day. Because he shit talks while he's beating your ass. He's got that aura surrounding him, dude. Like, it's ridiculous.
He dictates the pace of every match he's in.
Very well. He has that dominating presence. You know what I mean? And so him being over most of this match makes total sense,
Yeah. And then also, I mean, on paper, he's like the fourth longest reigning world champion of all time.
Yeah.
That's not an easy feat. CM Punk had a pretty good record, 434 days. That's nothing compared to Roman's 1,316.
And the reason Punk was 12 years ago, bitch. Yeah.
And the reason Punk's was impressive is because at the time, title reigns for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So for him to hold it for over a year and that long, that was impressive. But now Roman blew that shit out the water, 1,316 days. And now it feels like, Punk's reign, that feels like the standard now.
Yeah.
And then, Seth Rollins has held the world title a few times, but both of them, on paper, the records they hold have never been at the level of what Roman Reigns is at.
Right.
Roman was on top, the face of the company for 4 years straight. Yep. That's not an easy feat.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I really like that storytelling aspect of it. That it's like, yeah, Roman's dominant and he should be dominant.
I mean, first of all, let me talk about the fact that immediately when Rollins and CM Punk get one-on-one, immediately they start going outside into the crowd and killing each other with chairs and garbage cans. You know what I mean? Like, just immediately take it to the outside. That's exactly what I wanted from the start. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I just really appreciated this entire match because there were so many great set pieces. Like, there's a lot of triple threats, or 4 ways, group matches in general, where you can tell it's very ham-fisted together. This one was very well rehearsed. You want to know how I know? Because there's a spot where, dude, that spear leading into the pedigree with a curb stomp, just that all that craziness that was happening. And this was something that was happening like every couple minutes. Just something massive happening where everyone was on the floor, constant fake outs with the pins. You think someone's going to get pinned, it's never going to happen. Like, the anticipation and the tension, all of it was going, all of it was revving the entire match. All you were thinking is, bro, anyone can go over. Yeah. Anyone can
win. And the great thing about telling a story like this with 3 great talents like this, anyone could win, and all 3 would be the right answer, the right pick. Right. Like, if Roman won, yeah, cool, the fans would have been happy with that. If CM Punk won, yeah, the fans would have gone home and been happy. Seth Rollins won, yeah, the fans went home happy, and also in disbelief.
Right. Well, because Seth Rollins, let's say if he just won and that was it, then it would have been like the least best decision. But
yeah, exactly.
That's not what happened. Seth Rollins has had a fucking Uno reverse card. We told you. You. We predicted it a long time ago. You know, Seth Rollins is a Heyman guy now. Come on now. Come on, baby.
And it was executed to perfection.
I don't like that it was a double ball tap. Not gonna lie. I kind of wish Heyman hit him with the chair. That, you know what? That would have been a way better parallel if Heyman did the ball tap to Punk, and then when Roman turned around, bam! Just saying, they missed an opportunity.
Yeah,
that's it.
That would have made me sad. Because when Seth betrayed Roman, he got hit in the back with a chair. When Sami Zayn betrayed the bloodline, he hit Roman in the back with a steel chair. Yep. And now if Paul Heyman turned and hit him with a chair, oh, man.
That's what I'm saying. They missed a massive moment. I don't know why they didn't do that. Because I saw it was in his hand. And I'm like, dude, that would be the perfect. You don't even have to bend down either. I know you probably got bad knees. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been a solid shot.
He handed the chair to Roman at the time. Right. They could have done both, done the low blow, and then Heyman picks up the chair and then hits him with it.
Oh, my tribal chief, whatever, right? And what's that? And so he goes for the chair, and then have Roman use it and throw it to the ground, right? Like, have Roman use it. Make us believe that Roman's going to go over, Paul Heyman betrayed CM Punk. And then when he throws it to the side, Heyman picks it up. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, they could have layered it a bit better, not going to lie. They could have. Absolutely.
So when is Paul Heyman going to win an Oscar?
Right? Oh my god.
Bro is acting his ass off that whole match. We're watching like the greatest triple threat of all time, and this dude has to act. This dude has to act like he's watching his 2 best friends beat the shit out of each other. Oh, when on the inside, Paul Heyman is like, this shit is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Like, they don't know what I'm gonna do to him.
He's such a lover of the game that Paul Heyman inside was hyped as fuck, like every other fan in that stadium was.
God, it's just. Dude, I can't help but say, like, this was peak cinema. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. This match was peak cinema. It had unlimited aura. It was wonderful. And that twist ending is exactly what everyone wanted. Rollins is now a Heyman guy. Punk and Roman are estranged. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah. And
so let's see what happens.
It's the official heel turn of Seth Rollins, which has been building really well.
Yeah.
Because, he's been angry, but he hasn't been heel. He's just been an angry dude. He's not a bad guy. Now he's a bad guy, and it's like, where are we going to go from here?
Yeah, fully. It's not even like reasonably, you know what I mean, bad. Like, he's bad. And what's the word? I mean, it has inklings of the authority. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
I just want to bring this up. as time goes on, right now we just had the big Raw reveal after. Oh my fucking God. Raw was peak, and this fucking moment was one of the best parts. Rollins comes out, hits the promo, CM Punk comes out, they fight, Rollins gets the best of him, then Roman comes out, Roman gets the best of Rollins. Oh no, Paul Heyman's gonna get it. Wait a minute, someone in the crowd, spear! Oh, don't fucking tell me. Braun Breaker pulls off that hoodie. It's me, baby. Oh my God.
It was me, Austin.
It was me, Austin.
So someone had a really funny post with that, with Braun Breaker because he was wearing the black hoodie. Someone said, I saw the hoodie and I thought it was another cousin. Dude, not
gonna lie, it could have been like Umaga's son. You know what I mean? At that moment.
People were someone responded to that post being like me immediately Googling Rikishi's sons to see if there's another that we're missing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Jesus Christ, that family just never ends. You know what I mean? God.
But Braun Breaker, officially a Paul Heyman guy. Something we had on NXT 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was a while back. Yeah. One episode of NXT, Paul Heyman was in Braun Breaker's corner in a match against Carmelo Hayes.
Yes.
And for the longest, ever since then, it's just been, that's the perfect pairing. Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman.
Has to happen.
You can't get better than that.
And now we're getting it. Now that Braun Breaker is a fucking Heyman guy. I mean, Braun Breaker, he hits that move, and then Roman hits him back with a right hand, whatever. Roman goes out to the outside. Oh, I'm tired. All this. And he's sitting next to the barricade. And I'm like, oh, no, he's going to run the train. Oh, boy. Oh, no. And so Braun Breaker's like, oh, my time is now. The what? And he starts running those bases, bitch, and hits him at 20 miles per hour. Boom! Through the barricade. Why is Braun Breaker, compared to everyone else, just head and shoulders over everyone in terms of physicality? Like, Roman Reigns, Oba Femi, all these, Braun Strowman, all these, Jacob Fatu, you think those guys are really cool and big and they got gravitas, but then Braun Breaker gets in the ring, and not even Gunther can hold a candle to the physicality that man puts out. Dude, I remember seeing a meme where, remember when Carlito got speared from that hellacious front foot spear? Oh my God. And then, dude, Braun Breaker, I have never in my entire life seen someone do a front flip off of a spear. That has never happened, especially at that angle. No, you don't understand. Braun Breaker, when he jumps, it's downward, right? He just had so much power in his legs that his body overcorrected. And he fucking...
How crazy would it have been? It was already a crazy spear. Imagine if Braun landed on his feet.
Oh, yo. I think you'd have to slap the belt on him right then and there. There's no... by default.
He's champion. Yeah.
John Cena would have to drop the belt.
I know we're going to get to the match, but the Fatal 4-Way with Penta, when Penta's standing there, and then Braun comes in flying off screen with the shoulder tackle.
Dude,
you didn't see him jump. He was already in the air when he came into frame.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I thought it was a fucking car crash we were witnessing, bro. Because it was, I died laughing, literally audibly, burst out in the laughter because I just didn't expect that. Right, with Braun Breaker, you can't sleep. You know what I mean? With Braun Breaker, you can't get comfortable. You know what I mean? Because he just. Because the thing is, it wasn't just him jumping on somebody. It was him jumping over two other people, 6 feet into the air.
Penta.
And hitting Penta,
And then Pat McAfee, you also got to understand it was on the other side of the ring. So imagine where the commentators were at. Pat McAfee said he cleared the length of the ring. With that jump, which is insane.
And y'all thought Brock Lesnar was physical for his size. Look at Braun Breaker.
Yeah, dude. Real dude.
Y'all don't understand.
Braun Breaker's the full package. He got good mic skills. His in-ring athleticism is out of this world. He's an interesting character, and he's got it all, man.
I don't like the unpredictable badass. But besides that, it's great. You know what I mean? I don't like that little term, but it's fine. Whatever. Everything else is great. One thing I will say is like, I'm sorry, we're slobbing on the knob of Braun, but hey, it's a pristine knob, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching him since he was in NXT.
I thought you were going to say you were watching him since he was a little kid. I'm like, hold on, wait.
That too.
Wait, hold on. Bro was in the window. You're going to be a star one day.
He's sleeping. This kid's got something.
Yeah.
He's got something. real potential.
I know that. I don't think you can confess to that live on air. I don't think we can keep that. Dude, but mainly when it comes to Braun Breaker, like, people always talk about physicality. He's this, he's fast this, he's strong that. Y'all don't understand. Y'all look at a Brock Lesnar. Y'all look at a Roman Reigns. Y'all look at like any guy who was big and fast for his time, Undertaker, whatnot. Braun Breaker, in-ring ability-wise, physicality-wise, head and shoulders over everyone. Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about pacing and experience and whatnot. Taker, of course, beat right. But when it comes to just what the potential is, how much energy there is to work with, Braun Breaker's head and shoulders. Dude, you don't see fucking luchadors doing half the shit this guy's capable of doing. He runs 20 miles an hour at you. How? He's 300 pounds of muscle. How?
Last year at NXT Stand And Deliver, he was in a tag team match, and when he was running the ropes, he moved the ring. That's how hard he hit the ropes. Like, you saw the full ring move.
One of these days, I'm telling you, like, to add to his accolades, he's gonna snap the ropes one day. Yeah,
like run so fast that the ropes just break.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. One of these days, those ropes are just not gonna be wound as tight as they should be. And it's
gonna be like, there's a video, I think it's at like a house show or something. I think it was Bobby Lashley. He was like running the ropes or something, and he slipped like through them with like how fast he was going.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I've seen like I think it was like Enzo Amore. He hit a rope with his face on the way out.
Oh yeah, you know? He got a concussion from that. I believe.
I hope it's not something like that, bro. Because those ropes don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
You know, but I think Braun Breaker's next step, he's got to break the ropes. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Nah, I gotta see him tackle a steel cage wall like Bobby Lashley did to Umaga. You seen that clip? Umaga's like standing outside the steel cage. Bobby Lashley is inside the steel cage. He runs to the rope, runs back, and he shoulder tackles the cage wall, and it falls on Umaga.
Oh my god! Yeah, I remember that clip. That is next level ridiculous. First of all, how do you think of that spot? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's like, let me knock this cage off its zip ties real quick. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I also really love when this was like 2019, 2018, when Roman speared Brock Lesnar through the steel cage wall. And they both just like landed outside the ring.
It's next level, dude. I mean,
yeah.
Those steel cage matches, sometimes you get some of the craziest moments of WWE in them. You want to name a crazy moment? Let's talk about the world's strongest man for a minute. The referee forgot to gain the fucking padlock. He was supposed to take a little saw and, make it weak so Mark can just snap it off and that's it. Yeah. Bro, there is an uninterrupted 2.5 minutes of Mark Henry just fucking wrestling the chain. No, dude, y'all don't understand. He wasn't just moving the chain. The entire wall was moving with it when he was doing that. Y'all don't. Mark Henry is such a tough son of a bitch that he broke a padlock with his bare hands. Not sawed, not unlocked, not full on padlock. Just fucking and fucking broke it, dude.
Yeah.
Mark Henry is so strong, he's depressed when he can't bend a quarter in half. That's out of Big Show's words. He says, like, I walked up to Mark one day and he looked a little down, so I asked him what was wrong. And he looked at me with those big eyes and he said, I can't bend this quarter, man. Only kinda. I can't do it all the way. And Big Show's like, fuck, I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Only kinda is crazy.
Well, I don't think he said it verbatim like that, but something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But that's what it was. It's like guys his size and bigger can't do what he does.
That guy is just next level ridiculously tough. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But you take all that strength, you take all of it, and you put it onto somebody who obviously never skipped leg day. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker is the full package. I cannot wait to see how they utilize him. Go ahead.
Yeah. So take Mark Henry and imagine if he ran at 20 miles an hour. That's Braun Breaker.
God, dude. Like, I don't think you simply don't understand how good he is till you see matches. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can hear about how he's great, this, that, that. So you've never seen anything like him ever. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
That guy is next level.
Yeah.
There will never be anyone else like him. He is ridiculous.
I really need them to do more storyline work with Braun Breaker because he was great in NXT. I remember he was feuding with Carmelo Hayes and he pulled up to Carmelo's barbershop. Like he was cutting a promo from the barbershop.
That's basically like his therapist office, you know what I mean? Like you can't pull up to a man's barber like that. Wait.
And the thing is, Braun Breaker was cutting a promo in the barbershop. Like he's sitting in the chair and he's cutting a promo to the camera.
Dude, no, you see, that's my thing, right? Is Braun Breaker's also really good on the mic? I'm afraid they're gonna do a silent bodyguard thing. I hope they don't do that. But I saw a clip
like Solus call him.
Right. And I saw a clip of Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins like going back in the curtain and talking to a camera. Seth was like, "Oh, what's the word?" Like, "Yeah, we're taking over, baby." And then Paul Heyman says something like, "Oh, they don't know what we finna do." You know, he's cooking, right? Mm-hmm. And then Braun just walks up to the camera, "Oh," and that's it. And he walks away. Like, we appreciate barking Braun. I just hope he gets some solo attention too. We need that. Okay.
Oh, for sure,
no silent partner. He's a main eventer. All right. You saw what he did to Roman. He could do that in just a regular match. Okay. It wasn't no unfair whatever. It was Braun going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I've been seeing people call like this faction they're building already Evolution 2.0. And I really think that that's a good blueprint for how they should book this. Because when you think of Evolution, like, Triple H was on top and you had Ric Flair. But at the time, Batista and Randy Orton were also doing their own things. I mean, like, Randy Orton was the IC champion at that time. Batista won the tag titles for Ric Flair. Like, Triple H was the leader of the group, but you still had the other members doing their things away from Triple H and being just as over. And I think that you got to do that with Braun Breaker. That, like, he can come into the ring with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, but give him his own feuds, his own storylines outside of that, and just have Seth and Paul there to elevate him above, you know?
I 100% agree with that, and I'll add to this. I have a theory. It's not complete, but it's something I think would be the greatest culmination of the year. I need Survivor Series War Games to revolve around fighting for the soul of WWE. I need John Cena to be involved, along with Paul Heyman's entourage. And I need the top faces of the company going up against the dying of the star. Going up against the dying of the star as a John Cena, Braun Breaker, whatever. And I just need them to tweak in a match. You know, I need a 5v5 where all of them are prominent. Like, all stars are prominent. And this would be the equivalent of like an anti-Nexus thing where like all the big established guys are there. You know what I mean? Going up against a bunch of... going up against a newbies. With this one, I like an anti-Nexus where John Cena can kind of redeem himself for that by not going over in the finale match of his career, you know? I could see it.
Because if they did do that, Survivor Series would be Cena's last match, because I think that's in December.
Right.
And that's when he's retiring.
So him, like, genuinely him having his last match be War Games, I think if anything, he can pull double shift. I'd see it. Do 2 matches.
Yeah, like, I mean, I can also imagine, like, you know, his final match might even be on Monday Night Raw.
That would be
maybe even SmackDown, because he debuted on SmackDown. I could see it going full circle, have his last match on the SmackDown.
I got to see Cena in like a 5v5 where they're fighting for the soul of whatever and of WWE, and Cena is on the bad side. It's got to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure. I
have
could see
Punk.
that.
Yeah, Punk. You have Roman. I don't know, Jey Uso. Who
Cody.
else? Cody. Oh my God, Cody definitely.
Randy Orton.
And Randy Orton. Yeah, I think that'd be a solid 5v5. And then the bad side, you have Braun Breaker. You have Seth Rollins. John Cena, I don't know, Drew McIntyre, and
Drew would be an interesting one.
Yeah, and then who's the last?
Travis Scott.
Yo, and we could train him up like fucking Daddy Yankee. Is that him? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All day. Bad Bunny. That's it.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny. Yeah. Permiso. Bad Bunny. Yeah, of course. Train him up. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Bad Bunny versus Travis Scott, WrestleMania 42. Let's go.
The battle of rapping nationalities. I'd see that. Which country's better? Fucking.
You know what? If you need to fill a slot on the bad guy side, just put Joe Hendry. Just cause. He's a good guy, but like just cause.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I feel like from this point on, after Mania, anytime you need to fill like a vacant slot in a match, just put Joe Hendry there.
Yep. That 100%. I mean, dude, I guess we can just talk about it now. Randy Orton versus Joe motherfucking Hendry. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I see what Karrion Kross means by it should have been him. It was a big moment, whatever. But I have to disagree. I agree with everything else that promo said. But this is the one thing that I do not agree with him on. I don't agree with him on this at all. Joe Hendry showing up at WrestleMania 41 as the TNA champion against Randy motherfucking Orton. I couldn't imagine a better WrestleMania moment than that. That's the best decision for business. Are you kidding me? My God.
That's like the equivalent of like, you know, like the celebrity matches they used to have at WrestleMania. Except this time the celebrity is an actual wrestler, and so he can put on a good show.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Also has probably the funniest RKO of all time. When he turned to the camera, and then just Randy comes from off screen.
Bro, hit the fucking spin. God, and then I'm like,
yeah, so good.
Jesus Christ. No, I'm telling you, it was a fun little match. Of course, Joe Hendry's not exactly the most technical guy in the world, but he'll get there. Fuck
no. Yeah.
He's already over.
He's just so over that it's like he doesn't need to be.
Exactly. You'd be stupid not to put him in.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, just the theme song alone.
Yes, indeed. I love how Randy actually did it too. It's like, oh, fuck it. Yeah. Let's do it. You know? Like, I love that. I love it, man. I'll just be honest here. It sucks that Kevin Owens wasn't faking his injury. I pray him a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
it
for
fucking sucks, you know?
Yeah.
But, and I hate to say it as if like I'm trying to demean Kevin. I'm not. All right. I'm looking at Kevin's situation and I am heartbroken by it, and I hope he gets better. But if I had to be a pedant, Randy Orton's schedule opened up, and look what we got.
Yeah. That's true.
Randy Orton versus John Cena. Probably going to be at Backlash. What do we think?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, Backlash is in Randy's hometown. It's got to be.
Is it?
Yeah, it's St. Louis, Missouri. That's why Randy Orton's on the fucking cover of the show.
That is peak cinema. I think Randy was probably going to go over anyway on Kevin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing now, you know, we're doing John Cena versus Randy Orton. We're going that route. Does Cena hold the belt until his last match?
I think in order to make his run as relevant as possible and to sell as much merch as possible and to do what's best for business, yes.
Because it'd be interesting if they flip-flop the belt throughout this year, right? Like Cody's not the champion anymore. Cena wins it. Backlash. Randy wins it. Who does Randy fight at next PLE? Maybe they win it, and then Cena wins it back, and then Punk wins it. Like, you just go everywhere and be like, what the fuck is happening this year?
Yo, Cena being an 18-time would go hard, bro. No, you know what? You're right. If I was the guy, made all the decisions, we're going back to 2010s, bitch. Every month a new champion.
Because to me, right, it's like, we're getting Randy versus Cena at Backlash. Okay, awesome. It's in Randy's hometown. We're going to have him lose in his hometown. I mean, they did it to Drew McIntyre like last year. But, still, like...
And Drew's hometown is a whole lot harder to get to, damn it.
Exactly, yeah. And the thing is, like, I saw someone tweet, like, if Randy Orton really locked in from this point on, he could easily beat 17. And I'm like, they're not wrong. He's at 14. He just needs a few more, and he's there.
Yeah, they're not wrong. And now that Roman's reign is over, that championship can go anywhere. Yeah. Cody's reign is over. That's the thing. What's lovely about this is now that Cody's reign is over, now they're not, like, tied down to the years of title shit. They can just do whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I kind of want them to flip-flop the belt. Go Attitude Era with it. Have someone win it on, like, an episode of Raw.
Yeah, set the precedent. You know what? I am 100% down with that. That's exactly what they should do. Just go back and forth with it, but just have John Cena be the champ at the end. That's it. That's what's gotta happen.
Yeah, like have him leave with the belt. Fucking have him leave at 20-time champion. That's what we need.
Oh
Make
my
it even.
fucking god! They're gonna be defending it in fucking elevators and hallways. The 24/7 belt. Yeah, like.
Hey, like he still hasn't beaten R-Truth's record. R-Truth is what, like a 52-time champion or some shit with the 24/7 title.
Y'all just ain't on R-Truth. Ron Killing's level is above y'all. Is what it is.
Man, where is R-Truth? We haven't seen him in a while.
That's real. I mean, bro's been wrestling forever, like his entire life.
I mean, I don't even need him to wrestle. I just want him there.
That's real. Go to promo.
Yeah.
Challenge Brock Lesnar to a match.
put him on like the post show of every PLE. Have him recap every pay-per-view they do.
So that's when Lil Jimmy came out, right?
Like, did you ever see? Because they used to have like a talk show after Raw, and it was Renee Young and R-Truth were the hosts of it. And R-Truth basically on that show, all he did was try to get people to break character. And when Shayna Baszler was there, she was struggling. Bro, because for some reason R-Truth started talking about catering, like the food in the back, and then Shayna said how she didn't like the fish and chips or whatever, and then R-Truth was like, oh, the fish and chips, I don't know if you had the tartar sauce, but I thought it was pretty good. And then Shayna just couldn't take it seriously. She was like, she was trying so hard not to laugh as soon as he mentioned the tartar sauce. It's like she couldn't hold it in.
Because he knows that shit's true, bro. It's like, I'm not a big fan of it either, Truth, not gonna lie. I mean, listen, R-Truth is indeed the truth, but he's not just the truth, he's the whole truth. You gotta take him as a package deal, you know? That's it. Not gonna lie, I'm about to call out this whole kitchen. You know?
Where were we? We're on night 2 now, right?
We're on Randy versus whoever the fuck, Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Big cinema. Yeah,
oh yeah, we went out of order.
That's all right. Next, next up on the docket. Oh my gosh, we have a good one. We have a good one that many people call match of the event, match of the entire weekend. I disagree, but I still thought it was really good. Iyo Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea motherfucking Ripley. Not bloody. We don't do that. I'm not a filthy Aussie. Rhea Bloody Ripley. Yeah. Solid match once again. A whole lot of near falls and reversals. Just craziness, dude. Go ahead.
Top 3 of the night for sure.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. Easily. I mean, we knew these women were going to show out. You got 3 talented, great women. Hard workers. Another triple threat where I feel like any of them could have won and it would have been the right pick. The only wrong choice I think would have been Rhea because she doesn't need it. But Iyo or Bianca, I think, great picks. I thought Bianca was gonna win it. I genuinely did.
Me too.
Yeah. But then my girl Iyo won. That's all I needed. Also, that finish was great. I'm holding my comb. that finish was great. Bianca hitting her finisher on Rhea, and then in the middle of the pin, Iyo hitting the moonsault. It gave me shades of when Iyo first won the NXT title, because that was a triple threat of Iyo versus Rhea versus Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte had the figure 8 or the figure 4 leg lock on Rhea, and in the middle of the submission, Iyo hit her moonsault on Charlotte, I believe, and then she won. So it was a good. I feel like that finish was a callback to that. It was good. Long-term storytelling. Rhea still has not beaten Iyo in a match.
Yep.
So,
and I'll take it, because now Rhea Ripley.
That's where we're at with that.
First of all, let's talk about the match a little bit, okay? Iyo Sky was out here once again being the star of the entire match. Don't get me wrong, Bianca's awesome, Rhea's awesome. I'd say that Rhea was probably the least out of the three, and they were still awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Iyo is definitely top dog here again. She sells amazingly. She reverses amazingly. She is fucking perfect, okay? Her performance was damn near perfect, and she's got nothing but talent and wisdom on that ring, and she glides on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I'm absolutely ecstatic that she won, because that just goes to show that, like, if you work hard in this business, you know what I mean? Like, if you work hard in this business, you're gonna hold that title, Holmes. Yeah, because she could have she could have lost that title back in WrestleMania 40 and never had it again. You know, that's what I thought was gonna happen. You know? But the fact that she won it on an episode of Raw, and it wasn't just a tool for Mania, but she actually kept it, like, my God, peak. So yeah, that just shows how much of a staple Iyo is in the company now. Wonderful. So I'm so happy for her. And now you have the Monday after Mania, when Stephanie Vaquer makes a surprise appearance, and they out here having a whole ass match on Raw. Like, bro. Yeah. And not only that, they had a banger. They had chemistry. I mean, my God, they killed it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as they debuted in NXT, a lot of people wanted Iyo versus Stephanie Vaquer and Iyo versus Julia. And they keep hinting at Iyo versus Julia, and we haven't gotten it. We had a little brief moment at the Royal Rumble, and that's it.
Hey, man, it's coming. It's coming home.
It's coming. It's coming.
But I'm telling you right now, Iyo Sky, nothing but love to her. The fact that Rhea came out and challenged her to a match, I love it. I want to see them again. I want to see them go at it in a pay-per-view setting. I think it'll be a solid match, and I think it's a good, what's the word? I think, first of all, I don't think, I don't know, because Rhea is challenging Iyo, right? It's probably to go at Backlash, but my thing is that actually going to happen, or is Iyo going to go against someone else? You know?
I think Io's going to go against someone else.
Right. Because Rhea said things in the past like, oh, I'm going to get that title back, whatever. And then it went to someone else, right? Like, so I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think is a good idea for Backlash?
I think what they should do is, Rhea's had multiple title shots already. She doesn't need the belt right now. I feel like storyline-wise, it's better for her not to have the belt, because she's clearly in a period of time where her character is unsure of what to do. And it kind of feels like she needs the belt to be relevant, so she kind of has to reinvent herself. I feel like they should do like a number one contenders tournament and have Rhea make it to like the final 2, and then she just loses. And then you get a different number one contender, have Iyo versus whoever at Backlash. And then Rhea, she got to figure out what to do.
That's real.
And then you could even do like Bianca versus Rhea feud without the title involved.
Yeah, they kill each other. I didn't know that. When it comes to who would go over Rhea for that, who do you think? Liv would be solid, but she's also got this thing with tag team,
I was gonna say she would be solid, but they're doing the tag title thing with her, so I don't think she's gonna touch the world title as long as she has the tag title on her.
I don't think it makes sense either, right? Who's good divas that could do it? I keep saying divas. Who's a good superstar that could do that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like someone that's over.
Chelsea? No. U.S. title.
Alexa Bliss.
that would be actual. I don't think they do that at a Backlash, though. Oh, my God. That's like...
No.
You just unlocked something in my mind, like, bitch. we need that one, you know? Yeah. Oh, my God. They can't spoil that on a Backlash. You know, I hear you, though. That's definitely a match that needs to happen. SummerSlam. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of who was at Elimination Chamber that lost.
It was Bianca. It was, what's the word? Liv.
Alexa.
Who else? I don't fucking remember. I think it was Raquel in there as well.
Probably. I'm gonna Google this.
Google this. If they bring back like a Shayna Baszler, I'm gonna lose it.
Ooh, Roxanne Perez. But she has her whole NXT storyline going on now. Naomi.
And the Becky thing.
I forgot Naomi was at Elimination Chamber because she got her ass beat right in the beginning.
Yeah, that's real. I don't see her in that match. I don't see her.
I don't know. I think Alexa Bliss, Bayley, but she's also injured. Kayfabe injured.
Ah! Yeah, right.
I think Alexa Bliss is the best answer.
I don't think Jade makes sense.
No. Naomi?
No. Let me crunch into the mic.
I heard a little bit of it, and then your mic was just like, no.
It's okay because the viewers heard it. Ready?
Yeah.
Asuka returns.
That'd be good, but I don't think she'd fight Iyo.
Yeah.
Because she was on Damage Control.
Damn it.
Same for Kairi Sane. You know what? Fuck it. Penta versus Iyo.
Let's
at Backlash.
All day,
for
baby,
the
all
women's
day.
world title.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I sent you that match. It's just like, it's crazy that that's a thing that exists. Fucking Iyo Sky versus Penta.
And the fact they went bar for bar, bro. Like, my God.
Yeah, and the fact that he threw her into the fucking audience where the chairs were, like. Also, I didn't watch the match, but I found out that there's also Penta versus Chelsea Green out there. Same promotion,
What?
Lucha Underground. Yeah.
Y'all going crazy down there. I don't know what the fuck. Penta was just an assassin down there, right? Like getting rid of the talent. Bro.
His storyline, because I watched the video documenting Penta's whole career. His storyline at the time is that he was sacrificing different wrestlers. So that move he does where he like breaks the arm called the sacrifice is from that storyline. He was sacrificing everybody on the roster to someone. We don't know who that someone was. And it ended up paying off in that the guy was his mentor, who was also a commentator for the show. So it was Penta's mentor, and then the two of them ended up having a match, and I believe Penta won.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it was a whole thing.
So that's why he's dressed as a demon, you know what I mean? Because he's
he had like the all black fit.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Bro was the Grim Reaper for a while. Good for him. Shit.
Yeah.
It works.
After every match, he was going out there breaking arms just cause.
Next up on the list, Drew McIntyre versus Damian Prieste.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
I started the match and then I was like, I want to skip it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like
don't
watching
blame
it.
you. I don't blame you. I'm surprised by how much they gave to Drew. It wasn't complete domination, but it was pretty damn close. You know what I mean? Drew just destroyed him this match. My God.
You're telling me Triple H made Damian look weak? That's impossible.
Right?
He loves Damian.
Drew deserves this, anyway. He deserves it because he's an amazing heel. Priest is an amazing heavyweight wrestler who can take it. And I think that not only he can take it physically, but his character can take it. So I'm fine with this result. I mean, if we got to think about between two of these people, who's the bigger star, who deserves it more? Drew. It's what it is.
Yeah.
All I will say is you should watch the match because Drew pulls off the craziest shit known to man that I didn't think someone his size and just at his time in the game was even capable of.
Is it the front flip over the top rope? Because I saw that clip.
Drew McIntyre hits a front flip over the top rope to the outside, bro.
Yeah.
My God.
He's done that. I've seen him do that a few times.
I haven't, and that was peak. My God. And then you have near the end of the match where this was I think it was like the kill shot where Damian Priest is climbing into the ropes and there's a chair in the corner. So he's climbing into the ropes, and then the Drew McIntyre comes up, claymores him against the chair. Bro, that was stiff. I'm surprised his ears weren't ringing on that one, Holmes. Oh, my God.
They might have been. It's probably a receipt for Drew getting glass in his eye.
There you go. Glass in the eye? When? How? Who? What?
Monday Night Raw, Damian Priest chokeslammed Drew McIntyre onto a car. Drew landed on the windshield, and apparently he got glass in his eye.
Holy shit, that's fiberglass too.
The fiber was, this match was almost in jeopardy because we weren't sure if Drew was going to be medically cleared before Mania. But he was.
Scary shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's okay, because that's, I've seen how fiberglass breaks, man. It's a million different pieces. Like, it's... Hope he's, I'm glad he got through it. Because, you know how I know? I told you this story before. I'll tell the audience. So my PC currently doesn't have a glass panel on the side of it. I tell people that's for aerodynamics. To be honest, the way it is right now, it's actually better for the heating of the PC. It actually cools down a lot quicker because of it. So it's a blessing in disguise. But what happened was I took the panel off the side of the computer and it just shattered in my hands. And when I say that shit was still cracking like 10 minutes after it broke, it's ridiculous. Like on the floor in a million pieces, I could still hear crackling like it was rock candy. That's how fucking like fragile that shit is, and how many little pieces there were of glass. It's not like when you break a window pane and there's a few shower. No, fiberglass. That shit goes into little pieces of rock candy. You know what I mean? Oh my God! And you have to wear a good protective mask to clean it up because you'll breathe it in. That's how thin it is. You know. And so I can't imagine getting glass like that in your eye. Oh my God. I'm happy Drew's still got a good eye, you know? My God.
Yeah. And like people were making, because CM Punk came out in that segment too, and he saw Drew McIntyre on the car, and then he just smiled and like walked away. And people were making fun of it because the whole AEW thing with CM Punk getting fired, a big part of it was that one of the wrestlers wanted to use real glass on the car. And so there's a part in that AEW pay-per-view, the CM Punk's last one, where the dude knocks on the windshield and he's like, "Real glass, go cry me a river." And so when McIntyre got chokeslammed onto the car, someone tweeted a picture of Drew on the car and it said "real glass," and then Drew was like, "It was real. I got it in my eye," and that's how we all found out.
I mean, why use real glass? Now we know. You know what I mean? Now we know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think WWE's ever had that problem where there was glasses in one eye from some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I see, but now we know. Yeah.
Drew said luckily he was wearing a leather jacket because then his back would have been scratched up.
Oh, man. Yeah. He was still done it anyway, that crazy fucking Scottish bastard.
Oh,
My
for
God.
Sure, yeah.
He would have still done it anyway. He don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Jesus. Cut me with the shots, man. I feel like he don't give a fuck. Oh, man.
Also, he came out dressed as Doom Guy or the Doom Slayer.
Yeah, bro looked like the Terminator, bro. Oh,
that was a cool fit.
And then Damian Priest comes out to the fucking guitarist of Slayer, hitting the most demonic fucking guitar solo known to man. Like, bro, that was, to be honest, that match, one word. Testosterone. That's it.
Yeah.
Man.
That's like an early 2000s, pay-per-view main event match.
Yep. My God, that was peak. Like, when I saw Drew wearing the fit of Doom guy, I'm like, this is like Triple H with the Terminator fucking fit. You know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. I loved it. I loved it.
When I saw Drew with the fit, I was like, this is the best sponsorship that they could have done.
I mean, fuck yeah. We got warriors. We got old-timey guys going to kill each other. You know what I mean? I'm surprised there was no blood, but that's what it is. What can you do?
Yeah. You can't get it all the time.
Right. Unless it's unscripted, then go crazy. That's what happened with Drew, right? And that little bad blood fucking match, you know? It's like he got cut way more than he should have. And they're trying to cover it up. Hey, our sponsors, whatever. Let it bleed, bitch. The fuck? Let it bleed.
He wasn't supposed to get cut at all. Yeah, which is insane. Really? Yeah.
Not at all?
Only Punk was supposed to get cut, not Drew.
Well.
But it's crazy, like, because it works so well for the match. I'm like, you can't tell me that was not on purpose.
Right.
I bet, like, when they were planning it out, it's like, Drew's not going to be bleed, but Punk will. And then probably right before they went out in the curtain, Punk and Drew were just like, yeah, we're going to fucking do it. Yeah, exactly, I'm going to hit you with the toolbox. Like, you gotta be fucking
kidding me. Yeah. And I just love the idea that Drew was losing too much blood and he said, fuck it, let it bleed. Like, that's, you know?
I'll deal with it after.
Yeah, exactly. They say, I'll die after the match. It's okay. Don't worry. Jesus Christ. But overall, I really enjoyed the match. I like that Drew got some crazy cool moments in here. Even Damian got some really good shots on Damian. Got some good shots on Drew. It's not bad blood level, but it was solid. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I just realized my light turned off. I didn't notice.
Okay.
I've had my thing off. I couldn't see myself for the longest time. And then I just turned around and I was like, is that on? It's not.
His thing. What does he mean by that?
My light.
Chat, what does he mean?
My thing.
Pull out your cock right now.
Bro, she's going to say it verbatim.
I mean, if you ask.
Since you said it so nicely.
Yeah, right? Pull out your massive 9-inch right now. My bad.
I think you mean 9 centimeter.
Bro pulled out the metric system. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? Jesus, bro had to think on that. Anyway, next up on the list. To be honest, I despise this match in different ways. I don't despise this match on a performance level, and I don't even despise this match on like a fact that, like, you know, as an old time wrestler, you got to do what you got to do to get the young guys over. And I'm sure that AJ Styles got taken care of. You know what I mean? But AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, an abomination in my eyes. You know, first of all, I
forgot it was on the card until I saw the Karrion Kross promo. First of all, oh shit, AJ Styles was at Mania. I forgot.
Yeah, right. Shit. I will say, I will admit the bias now. I never liked Logan Paul before he ever started wrestling. I knew him as a guy who did the Japan Forest, who scammed a bunch of people out of their money, who was sociopathic, whatever. So I already don't like him. But I'm going to try to do this without even mentioning the content of his character. AJ Styles got dominated the entire match. AJ fucking Styles. Like, what, a decade and a half in the Indies? 10 years WWE, multiple belts. And he got dominated in this match for almost the entirety of it. I have no idea why they thought this made sense against one of the fucking greats, you know? Logan Paul should be winning by the skin of his teeth. That's it. That's how it should be happening. When this kind of match, that's how you put him over. By the skin of his teeth, but he fought well and he won, you know?
And the thing is, like, I didn't watch the match, but hearing that AJ Styles got dominated the entire time, on like paper, I feel like
85%.
I feel like on paper, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul should be a really fun match.
Yeah.
You know, they're both high flyers,
like
both
Ricochet and
skilled
Logan
athletes.
when they hit each other, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It should be that
like
level.
you know, stuff like that. And then AJ, you know, he's a much more grizzled veteran. Logan, young up and comer. Like, it should be a good back and forth, entertaining match. You know, you get two high flyers in there.
Wasn't. Logan hit a bunch of moves and was posing. Move, pose. Move, laugh. Move this, move that. The only time where I felt like AJ got his get back was when Logan Paul stole his move, the Styles Clash, hit it, and then AJ, once he hit it, AJ got right back up and hit him with it as well, and they were both on the ground. That's it. But that's my thing, is that was the only time where I felt like he got his get back. The whole time, it felt like it was AJ Styles' off day, always having a bad day. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
That whole time, I was thinking, it's like, why is Logan Paul like winning convincingly here? Like, ridiculously convincingly. And then I'm hearing in the fucking commentary desk, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee talk about how mediocre people love to blame people that are better than them and all this nonsense. When all I'm thinking about is like, the people that are complaining about Logan Paul being at the top that are within your company are the people who have been in line for the longest time, who are capable, who are ready to go. And yet their spot got taken by some influencer.
Like Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross made a really good point on that podcast, and I can tell that shit was real. You want to know how I knew at least half of it was real? Is when he mentioned how he would come up with great ideas, and creative would say, let's tone it down. Those kinds of ideas are only meant for the big guys. That's when I knew immediately that, okay, some of this is real, because his wife went over and put her hand on his shoulder as if to say, calm down. There's a genuine fucking problem with the fact that AJ Styles is being dominated. I don't mind Logan Paul going over. He doesn't even need to cheat. But it should be something where it's a good back and forth. This match, he got dominated the entire time. Logan Paul's hitting poses like it's effortless and is making AJ Styles look like a dying veteran on his way out. When just a few matches ago, he was having fucking bangers with people in their prime. They're going to try to steer it towards the AJ's out the door direction now. But that wasn't the plan, and you know damn well it wasn't. You did it because you knew, what's the word, in terms of business, you gotta have him look good and whatever. But why have him dominate? That's what perplexes me. Why have him dominate? It wasn't even that good a match because he just dominated. It makes no sense. So I don't know. Maybe there's a bigger picture here. Maybe there's some personal issues with AJ. I don't know what it is. What I do know is Logan Paul doesn't deserve to be at that level. He just doesn't. To where he's defeating AJ like that. I think he should be going for the United States whatever. I think he should be going up against these cool matches, these fun gimmick matches. I'd love to see it. And eventually, as time goes on and he develops, maybe he could go and actually like have a meaningful title run. But just like how his United States run was pointless, this match was pointless. All it did was run rugshot over traditional wrestling. That's it. How are you going to put AJ Styles down like this? Imagine if this was Cody. Where would the company be right now? Imagine if this was Randy Orton. How angry would people be? Imagine if this was an up-and-comer like a Braun Breaker or a Penta. But y'all disrespect one of the greats of wrestling in general, not just WWE, in general, by making him get bait. It wasn't squash, but it was the closest you can get to it. I find that ridiculous.
Especially when you guys have been doing so fucking good. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I really don't. So, that's all I have for you. Ridiculous. All good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Anything you want to bounce off or disagree with? It's fine.
No, because I didn't watch the match. I skipped that one. Although I will say,
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and a surprise guest, Becky Lynch, the man. I was surprised by her entrance. I didn't think you. Of course, when it comes to mystery guests, you never know. Mm-hmm. But when Becky Lynch came on, I was like, "Holy shit, that's crazy!" But then I thought, "Wait, what the fuck happened to Bayley?" I didn't see that promo. I didn't see that segment where she got injured.
Yeah.
This presents a problem. Why is Bayley being undercut here? You can say, because what's the word? You can say a couple things. Is like, maybe they don't like Bayley for this or something. I don't think that there's malice attributed to this. I think it was just a better opportunity overall. Not to say that Bayley isn't an amazing performer. She is. It's just, let me finish. Becky Lynch coming back all of a sudden and winning the titles with Lyra Valkyria, and then on the night after losing the titles and then turning heel on Lyra Valkyria is 10 times better than anything that Bayley and Lyra could have cooked up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that that's kind of could be perceived as rude or belittling, but if we're just talking from a business, not even business, just from storytelling, what's stronger? A nice throwaway match where you got a couple good heels, a couple good faces versus a couple good heels, or an overarching storyline that makes Liv and Raquel look a lot stronger and boosts Lyra Valkyria by having Becky turn on her.
Yeah. And they'll probably feud for the IC title.
Yeah, that's
which elevates
the belt.
Yeah.
I mean,
I also did not watch this match.
I hear you. You know, what's the word? Some people probably disagree with her having the tag team title. Some people think that Lyra should probably just be working that solo. And I hear you. But I also see why WWE isn't really doing that to the fullest extent. There's no fucking room on these shows, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking people.
There's no room on these shows, you know? Like, they'll get their space. You know, they will. It's just ridiculous how little room these shows have to grow. And it's crazy because there's 3 hours. Twice a week. My God.
Yeah. And I mean, look, Chelsea Green wasn't even at Mania, and she's a champion.
Yeah. It's just, we'll get to it. All right?
She's got the shoes of a champion. These shoes right here, shoes of a champion. This jacket, shoes of a champion.
Boy, did I say shoes of a champion twice? Yeah. LA Knight's peak.
Real.
Just wanted to mention something that was really funny. When I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin run in with that ATV, I had a lot of anxiety that he was going to crash the vehicle. We're live. We don't know what can happen. And once he made that second go around, I'm like, oh shit, he's going a little fast, isn't he? Boom, right to a barricade. Woman falls over. Oh shit, come on, Steve.
Did you see the video of him before the entrance?
What did he do?
Apparently, when he was getting the ATV onto the entrance ramp, he missed the ramp at first, so he had to back up and then go onto the ramp.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So it's like, this dude was crashing on his way in.
I love how Michael Cole's response to that was like, oh, well, these barricades are real strong. I hope that lady's okay.
Probably just spill their drink.
Yeah, exactly. Move on swiftly. Yo, I remember looking up on like X. I looked it up immediately, and people are already saying like, "Bro, she milking that. No, she faking. No, she." You know what I mean? Like, immediately. And you know what? Not gonna lie, the way that she fell, I would milk it too. But yeah, there was no collision. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, she fell like way after he hit the barricade.
Yep. If you get hit by something, it's immediate. You know? Yeah. Oh, whoa.
She clearly doesn't know how to sell.
Whoa, yeah. Imagine he walked. You remember how he walked over to her at the end? I wish he dropped one of those. It's like, you gotta sail better next time. And he just walks away. That's it.
If it was Dolph Ziggler, he got hit by a truck. Fucking
does a backflip, yeah.
yeah.
That's real. You gotta put Dolph in the crowd next time. Come on, guys.
Exactly.
That girl was used and abused that entire night because earlier the fucking top of the table got thrown at her, bro.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was Braun,
Ridiculous.
right?
Yeah, it was Braun.
Oh, no, Carlito.
Yeah, Carlito threw it. Oh my God, bro. And Braun hit that fucking spear from table to table. Oh my God. That guy is next level ridiculous. Jesus.
Yeah. I guess we just go into talking about the Fatal 4-Way.
Did I not bring up the Fatal 4-Way?
No,
I didn't
not
write
yet.
it down.
That's crazy.
Holy shit. I thought I did. Probably because I was so floored by it.
Yeah.
My
I think
God.
that's arguably match of the night for night 2.
That is match of the night. It's not arguable at all. Fuck y'all. I don't care.
I think it's arguable. That women's triple threat is really good.
It's good. But Fatal 4-Way is the one. You know why? Because Braun was in it. That's it.
That's crazy. Bro's meat riding Braun Breaker.
You want me to roll the clip back? Do you want... You know what? I won't do that. One, it's harder for me. Two, I won't violate you. It's all good. Yeah.
No, just put the link in the description to that video where we talk about Braun Breaker.
This fucking guy. Bro said plug us real quick. Yeah, you're right. Jesus Christ.
There you go.
No. So the Fatal 4-Way was Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor versus Braun Breaker versus Penta. Immediately, I think, okay, Penta's not winning. It's just not his time.
Yeah.
You know,
unfortunately,
just not yet. You know, he's awesome. It's just not his time. And I think if Finn Balor wins, I'd find that extremely boring. Not because I don't love Finn Balor. It's just because they don't do much with his character, do they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think immediately, okay, it's either Braun retains or Dominic wins. We know what we want.
Exactly. We've talked about it before. Dom needs the belt.
Dude, Braun Breaker, this entire match was just next level. You have the him jumping into frame, just fucking body shotting, whatever the fuck, what is that called? Body checking Penta, you know what I mean? You have the spear from fucking coast to coast through the table, which, by the way, those WrestleMania tables, I love them,
the reinforced tables.
Because they feel like they fucking, it's a crash. You know what I mean? It's a demolition derby.
Because they even, I don't know if you noticed, but those tables also have a TV in the front of them.
Yeah.
And on the triple threat from night 1, when Roman powerbombed Seth onto the table, that TV shattered.
Yep. It was just, it's next level. And what's crazy is that, like, it broke in the beginning of the event, and then by the end, it was repaired. Like, they actually pulled out a second one. Like, hold on, what? That's never happened in the history of wrestling. They never repair the tables. What? You know? But
they needed a table.
They needed a table. Hey, good for them. You know, that's more respect than the fucking JR ever got. Jesus. You know how many times he's working with notes on the floor and shit? You know what I mean?
Having to hold them on his lap.
Absolutely ridiculous. But this match was peak. We already talked about how Braun is now it's a Paul Heyman guy. Let's talk about Dominic motherfucking Mysterio. Guys, he did it.
He fucking did it.
He lied, he cheated, and he stealed. And that man is now the best IC title holder in the world. That's it.
And
Gunther,
it happened
get him out of here.
Exactly the way I wanted it to.
Damn
and the way I
straight.
predicted it would. He stole it while pinning Finn Balor to get the championship.
Goddamn right. Dominic hit that fucking frog splash to halt the pin, then he pinned Finn Balor. And what's crazy is Finn Balor's acting like he's cool with it. Meanwhile, the night before, he stomped a fucking mud hole in him, you know, but hey, it's all good. We're here.
I don't think Finn is gonna be cool with it at all.
Of course not. But he's acting like it right now, you know?
Yeah.
I got nothing. Listen, I got nothing. Man, I got nothing but love for Dominic. I'm so glad that he's finally won the IC title.
Real.
And now that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are the tag team, like, we're seeing more gold over there, with the street trash, you know, all day, baby. Awesome. I can't wait to see what happens with this storyline. Dominic Mysterio's IC title, as the IC title holder, I just, there's so many opportunities, you know? So let's go.
And you know someone is over when, you know, he's like the most hated heel in the company. Dom gets booed so loud you can't hear him cut a promo.
Yep.
But then when he won the title, the pop he got, the cheers. Yep. I hope they don't change his character. Do not turn him face.
Nope.
Keep him as heel. People are going to cheer for him. It's undeniable. But do not turn him face.
Real.
I know WWE has had a habit of doing that the last couple of years. When people get cheered for it, they turn face, like Rhea Ripley. We don't need it. Keep him as a heel.
I think WWE is just going to have to start understanding, and I think they will go in this direction, that like now people, they're down with gray matter, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be black and white now. It doesn't have to be good, bad guy. It can be just characters overarching each other, making good points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is. You know, like when the Drew and Damian thing, like you could classify that as whatever you like, you know?
Yeah.
You have I just love characters that stand on their own as heels or faces, but they're the same character.
Oh, for sure. Like Rhea Ripley
was that. Rhea Ripley
Punk.
is that. Punk was that. You know, and so if you can do that, then it's all day. Seth Rollins is that.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
Randy Orton is that. You know?
Oh, yeah, because Randy hasn't changed at all. No. But we just love him now.
So it's like if you can make characters that are just eternal, then that's what we need. And I think Dominic Mysterio already has that, you know?
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero definitely had that in him. You know, when he was a face, he was a certain face, but he was always that lying, cheating, stealing motherfucker.
Yeah, he still cheated even as a face. Yeah, that's right.
Now, every now and again, he kind of like went into the darkness inside of him, like that you know, with drug addiction and whatnot, and cut like a really cold promo. You know, like those were separate times. And some wrestlers and wrestlers still do that. You know. But Eddie Guerrero still had that air where he can play both of them very well. Even Rey Mysterio was like, dude, I don't think I could play a bad guy. Eddie Guerrero, he did all of it. He could do it all, you know?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We need more characters like that, and Dominic Mysterio is definitely one of them. We'll love him either way. Just keep him exactly how it is. Let him eat his chicken tendies, you know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Exactly.
You get it. All right. Next up on the list, the main event of the evening. Oh my gosh. I will say as a match, it wasn't the most grandiose thing in the world, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Too.
And you know why? Because throughout the entire thing, John Cena wasn't selling. Throughout the whole thing, John Cena was playing chess. The whole thing, you can tell he was strategizing. He wasn't hyping up the crowd. He wasn't playing by any of their rules. I appreciate this new version of Cena, man. And you know what, man? I appreciate it. I didn't see it as entertaining at the match or as complete as a Braun Breaker or a Punk 3-way. You know, Cena was pretty much just dominating the whole fucking match. But
yeah.
I appreciated it because this was Cena cranked to 11. This was Cena winning by any means necessary. Not by the never give up laurel, but by the I will do whatever I need to do thing. That's why he brought in Travis Scott. That's why just the fact that he even played that title against Cody. I mean, for me personally, I see this Cena as something that right now is in its very raw form. You give it a few more matches and he could really turn it up, you know? Yeah. But I like this new version of Cena, this slow burn that he does, that you can't see me to the crowd, stuff like that. Cena has got it, and I can't wait to see what it becomes as he wrestles more, you know?
The reason I like it is because it was boring, which sounds really weird.
Right?
But that's the point. Because Cena, you know, he told the fans, we get nothing. Look at his entrance. Blacktron, white letters that say John Cena. That's it. Nothing more. Spotlight on him. The match, nothing special. It's just the most normal match you've ever seen in your life. That's the point.
He's going
you don't
meta
get anything
on you guys, dude. Y'all don't know.
You don't get anything.
We're going to give you Travis Scott, and we're not going to give you The Rock.
Yeah. You get nothing. He told us from the beginning, we get nothing. And that's exactly what the match was, and that's why I liked it. But it was boring.
And y'all could say, oh, but that's just an excuse for WWE to be lazy. Stop. Okay? Stop.
It's part of the character.
It's definitely that, okay? Because if they wanted to, they could have drug out a bunch of people just like WrestleMania 40, but they can't just keep doing that every fucking match, you know?
Yeah.
Come
and
on.
Also, it's like, you know, they've been bringing up lately the whole, John Cena can't wrestle thing, but it's like, he has great matches. He can put on the best fucking match ever if he wanted to. But he chose not to.
And you can tell, because there are moments where you're thinking like, oh my god, it's gonna ramp up now. Oh my god, it's gonna do. Then he just hits the finisher. 1, 2, 3.
He slows it down.
Yeah.
Yep.
To a crawl.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes like hyping himself up, hitting himself in the face. That all felt misplaced here. It all felt Boy Scout-ish. It all felt like a work. It felt like it was faked. It felt forced. Because John Cena was so unrealistically real, you know? And so throughout this match, it made Cody look like a fucking goober, down to him being offered the belt to use as a weapon, and him being, no, I'm good. And then Cena's like, the bitch, the fuck is wrong with you? 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't help but think that this match, while people don't enjoy it now, they're going to look back on it and say, the game was rigged from the start.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't buy was Cody not being able to get the upper hand on John Cena.
Yeah, right.
Because it's like John Cena hasn't won a singles match since 2018. And now you're telling me that all of a sudden he's overwhelming the top guy. All right, buddy.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Yeah, because he hit that AA like 4 fucking times. Hit the STF, did all this.
Yeah.
My God.
And
Cody only hit the Rhodes, the thing once.
I saw a post. So, you know, Roman Reigns has a lot of hardcore fans. I saw a post that was like, to dethrone the tribal chief, you know, Cody had to back up with like 4 legends. Cody got beat by Travis Scott. I'm just...
God damn it.
It's like, damn, you know, he's not wrong.
And then when an interviewer came up to him and was like, oh, do you have any comments? It's like, not right now. Because he just got fucking fisted by the fucking CEO. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have time to fucking talk about it. I know he's pissed.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of interviews, John Cena at the press conference after was fucking amazing.
That
sounds like a clickbait question.
Yeah.
Sounds like a clickbait question. You're just trying to get a headline.
At the beginning, like he was like, I will field all questions. I have utmost integrity. That's a clickbait question. Even Triple H had to mention it. Is like, yeah, you know what? First of all, boss, I'm just going to tell you right now, that sounds like a clickbait question. I don't know. Jesus Christ. I love it.
It's funny because, you know, John Cena's just having so much fun with this.
Oh, yeah. And I 100% believe no one told him to say that shit.
Oh, yeah, no. I bet, like, on the inside, he was laughing his ass off. He's like, oh, that'd be funny if I just said it was a clickbait.
Get him out of here. Next question. Next question. But yeah, that was WrestleMania 41. There's nothing else to say except that the hype packages were fucking consistent. They were just really good all the way through.
The best hype package is the CM Punk one.
Yes, all day. All day. Oh my God, that song. Forget it. The standard of wrestling has risen. Ain't no such thing as a 1-star match on WWE anymore. I haven't seen it. You know, whenever it does come around, I'll eat the words. But for now, peak cinema has been achieved.
So AJ Styles versus Logan Paul is not 1 star?
No.
No? You give it 2?
Say, I find it disrespectful, but it's not 1 star in terms of performance. Like, they did their job pretty well.
Is it like a 2?
2.5.
2.5?
Probably close to 3. Probably a 3, if I were to say. Like, you know, but it's my thing.
That's pretty good. That's like average.
Yeah, like it's exactly. It's average. Like, let me tell you, like, technically they were great. Like, technically they were great. It's just like
AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
Exactly. It's just the principle of it. I expected a lot more, and we got it wasn't even a Friday night SmackDown match, because Friday night SmackDown has minutes where, like, oh my God, they're neck and neck. Commercial break.
Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes.
Exactly. They didn't have that here, man. You know, just what can you do?
Yeah.
It was just, it felt like it lost steam halfway through, because it's like, okay, so this is all there is? You know? That's all it is. I expect.
Like, this is the whole match?
What's up?
It's like, oh, this is the whole match?
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything more?
Pretty much. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, besides one little scar on this, it was a pretty solid event. Not perfect, but I enjoyed it.
WrestleMania 41 lived up to a certain amount of the hype. I'd like to say a solid 80, 85. What do you think? To the hype? 80, 85% of the hype. I enjoyed it.
I would give it like a 7 out of 10 if I had to rate it on a scale.
I'd say.
It's like a solid Mania.
Solid Mania.
I would watch it again.
I'd probably lean to 8. I'd probably lean to 8 as a whole thing, like a low 8. You know? It just depends on how I feel, I suppose. But 7, 8. That's what I feel.